So in the last Grimsby to Glory, we tried desperately to win that FA Cup and it didn't happen. However, after that, with the help of an amazing Jordan Pickford, we went on a run for the ages in the Premier League, winning game after game after game after game, meaning me and Adam Lallana may have to have a chat about the Europa League if we're in it with the tasty FA Cup final. As yes, you might have been able to tell, I was a little bit unhappy in how I finished that sentence, as there we go. No Europa League, and I really thought we'd get it, but nope, nothing for Grimsby, but a new season. So let's try and lift ourselves. New season, old kit. Yes, I know this is the old one, but the other one, it's very warm today, so I didn't want to ruin it, sweating the house out in that one, but we do have a new kit in the game that matters. As yes, I really do love this one. Shout out Billy on screen, of course, for making these. We've got the Spotify logo. It's in a line. It's whitened out. Got the scribbles like Crystal Palace, I'd say, which I really adored that kit. And it's mostly black on the back as well. Blacked out socks going down. Really do like that one. And I love this away kit as well. We've moved from grayscale to C-scale. Looks like that watery effect we did have before, but this one a bit more realistic, a bit more lighter, a bit more posher, I'd say. And I don't mind it in the Premier League, with the goalkeeper kit being a little bit similar, but it's that lime green kit which looks very good here. And will look very good on Pickford as we start off our Prem season with £40 million plus maybe a player sale, as this man's at our club and it says he's joining Atleti. Have we received the money for him? We'll have to check once he leaves. As will it happen when I skip a day? It says it has happened right here. Right, have we added money? Or are we still on a crappy 40 million? And I say crappy because we actually did finish 7th and it is no improvement. Well, 2 million? I don't get that. How's it only gone up 2 when we sold him for like 15? I don't get it, but still, we'll have to talk about spending it. As this is the perfect opportunity to sit with Lallana, and yes, this is a new office. We're going all out this season. Adam, hope you like the new office. And that's not what I'm here to speak about, actually. You've got your budget this year, and I'm not taking it away from you. No stadium repair needed, the kit funded, contracts alright. So please take this money and spend it wisely for the club. As Adam says, I will, boss, and I know exactly where I want to sign. And if you do want to know, I want a striker. Our academy to me seems sorted. We've already paid our scouts off. And I feel with the young lad we have there, we are sorted for defenders. So yeah, a striker is what's needed. That was pretty obvious, wasn't it? As this is the defender he's talking about. Carlos Neves. Only 83 maximum potential, but at 16 he's only 68 rated. With a loan deal, he could be deadly, as he's got his promotion to the first team, and I'm going to put him straight on that list alongside another player, Ibrahim Bell, maybe Harley Shields, and maybe Jacob Bell this time. He's actually 22, so he's not hit the heights of potential-wise. Maybe time for him to leave, as I didn't even notice this man as well. David Cairns we loaned out last season, I think halfway through the year, and he's already 72. So Neres will have to play catch-up, as this is the squad we have. And yes, striker, I mean, Undav, he's good, but he's slow. As that's got me thinking as well, he's physical enough to play target man, despite not having the height. So do we go for a pace merchant? I mean, McAtee 91 pace, but he's a winger. And then Dragus 87. What's Marriott? Marriott's also 87. Summers has not got the pace, and I don't think Dewsbury Hall has the pace as well. So yeah, maybe a pace merchant, maybe 90 plus. As also at the time of recording, I haven't received the poll vote, so I don't know who's player of the year, as I'm also seeing these contracts for the first time. McAtee's expiring and Jordan Pickford's expiring as well. Now, he's going to take some convincing, because of course he wanted to leave, maybe. As it seems Lallana's going to speak to him first over McAtee, a weird move, saying, Jordan, you are my most prized possession. That season you just had, absolutely phenomenal. So I would love you to sign for Grimsby for another year. As he says, boss, I'm not sure. I think I want to stay to that promise. We didn't get into Europe, and that makes me want to leave. I'm 34 years old. I think I'm reaching my prime now. So if a big club comes sniffing, I think I want to move. As Lallana says, please, Jordan, you don't understand. We are going to be one of them big teams. Sign the contract and I'll show you. And has Lallana convinced him? It looks like he has, signing a 2-year deal with the Mariners. That's better than the 1 year. Or maybe it's actually a 1 year because I think he had 11 months left anyway. So Jordan Pickford stays. And that to me is good news. One less position to worry about. And our money's gone up again after paying him a contract. What is going on here with our finances? I don't really know, but they are destined to take a hit now because I'm going to get the scouts out again. Maybe for the final time in the Grimsby to glory. Because we're outgrowing them. But hey, maybe not, as well, as I'm going to go to Scotland. And I'm going to search for a centre-back. Maybe for a tough tackler, as then I want to go to Italy. I've decided an Italian's been at Grimsby in the past in Ivano Bonetti. And he was a bit of a legend for the Mariners in Grimsby Town fans' eyes, of course. As the final one, the Italian scout is actually going to Spain. And of course, we get the scouts back straight away. And this is what they've got and found. A backup goalkeeper, or a third choice in reality. Adrian Garcia. Now, I don't think I want to get him in. And Iñaki Gomez, maybe just a loan deal though. And same with Andrea Rossi, an Italian midfielder who I wanted to really find and look for the next Jorginho, as that's what I really want, because I want to be playing with a good striker, and a couple of players on international duty never actually clocked that was happening. But good on them. As the final thing before looking at signings I maybe want to do is look at the tactics. Now, we've played counter-attacking for quite a while in this save. Everybody doesn't look like they're good anywhere else apart from on the counter-attack. That's the coaches I'm talking about, of course. They're all experts in that, but we've got a few experts in gegenpressing. Maybe we could try this. See how our young lads do, because we've got to be fair. They mostly are young. We've got Casado in here, Savage. Dewsbury Hall isn't too old, or actually he's 29, which is older than I thought. Still Mashui on the bench, and we're still bringing youth through. So yeah, we've got to keep his eye on those young players. I think we've got some good ones in our squad, and maybe we could promote them, sell a few of our older guys. But these aren't our oldest, because the two good bits that have come in are for Ewan Summers, our cam, and Nathan Marriott, our winger. Don't want to let go of those, as the other ones, Undav, I really want to keep, but of course only as a backup. And Joaquin has been replaced. He is 31-year-old, so if we get a bid from Spain, I will let him return home. Only if the bid's from Spain, though. I do deem that as realistic, as we do have a bid from Spain. Getafe, 5.3. I could try and negotiate further, but with it being over his evaluation, I'm going to accept it and say goodbye to Joaquin. We will never forget what this man did for us in our promotion season. Championship legend. But legends have to move on. Just like Southgate, really. He did get England to 2 finals, and he goes back to his home country, maybe to win the Euros with them. If they could do back-to-back, as now it's 55 million, which still isn't really much, but it's a lot of money for one player. If we do just want one player, as before anybody says it in the comments, David Washington, of course I would have loved to get him, but he's been at the club for a while. He's had 2 seasons with the Mariners, 70 million at Leipzig. No way we can afford him. No idea how he got all the pace, as we did have a replacement for the keeper. The backup keeper, of course, Austin Smith, another youngster in the squad, taking us to 3 with Summers, Marriott and himself. So if we could get more into the team or the bench, it would be handy. And I think I've found my striker. Yes, I have been stalling for time, and this man we're going to sign hopefully gives us some more money left over, as it's not Domi. Don't worry, I don't want that fringe, as, no offense, I shouldn't have said that. It's not Duro as well, the 28-year-old. Not even Cucho, who is a channel legend at this point. Not Kwame, not Morales, but this man Pizarro, or Pizarro, the Chilean. Now, he's 23-year-old, 81 rated. He just seems like a Brereton Diaz, who turned up at Sheffield United from, of course, La Liga, where he went. And this man's got pace for days. Yes, we'd have to work on his shooting. And if we could get a good deal on him, we would have money saved up as well for elsewhere, as I'm going to offer 30 million. Or bang on his evaluation. Now, please listen to us, Valencia. You've got plenty of money. Why do you want that much for him? Actually ridiculous. So I'm going to step it up to maybe 40 million. And they do agree to that one as just a contract to do. And we will have money saved over, or left over, should I say. He wants that crucial role and a 5-year contract. So Undav's game time. I'm sorry, mates. He's been a club legend for the club, but it's definitely going to go down in future. As Pizarro signs, we've got our Chilean wonder kid, only 21-year-old. He replaces Milovanovic. Very happy with that one. And he's also quite a physical player. 81 physicality. I did not realise that on him. As him between Dragus and McAtee, I am going to make him a target player just to get that shooting up, as his pace is alright. Don't need to work on it, as before we go make a signing, I am going to look at these loan offers, such as Carlos Neves, wanted back in Brazil. Harley Shields can go to Bristol this year, and Schmidt from Tottenham. It is a very good offer. 39 million. But this man has been brilliant for us, so I'm going to demand a high margin. Minimum 46. And will Ange pay it? No, he won't, so I'll try again. Okay, my minimum's 43. And if they pay that, they can have the player, but it looks like they're storming out. So Ange, get out of my office. You're not taking my left back. As yes, it was good money, but I want to be semi-realistic and keep the majority of my team here because they did well last year. Won't be a victim to vultures. Premier League vultures, that is. Them teams that did finish above us. As Jacob Belly's leaving. 3.1 million. Not bad for a not 70 rated. So that's a little bit more money. But how much do we have left? Okay, 15 million. Now, I am not going to spend that all at once, but I am going to spend some of it on somewhere we need to spend. Coaches that know gegenpressing, as I've got just, I think, 3 more in. There's not many on attack. Our attack is our best position. As speaking of attackers, we've got a lot out of contract this year, Undav being one of them. I'm not actually going to sign him up, though. Being 31-year-old, I'm a bit cautious about next year. One player I'm definitely signing up, though, is John McAtee. Absolute club legend, and he is going to cost us a fair bit with a release clause in his contract. Nobody better pay it. And that's everybody signed up in our first team, at least, apart from Schmidt, as I want to keep the door open to offers on him. As if Tottenham was willing to almost pay 40 million, if we could get about 46 from another big club, I would, of course, accept it. I won't be that stupid, of course. If we get a good bid, the player leaves. As Spurs we have on opening day, away at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Good job we didn't sell him to them, as then we've got West Ham and Liverpool to follow it up. A bit of a tricky start to the season. But we are, of course, going to approach it. As Harley Shields going out on loan, I believe Bristol City were relegated, so I'm not worried about them being opposition, as they actually wanted him last year. But yes, they're not in the Prem no more, and there is Brentford up here now. A lot of good teams now promoted, as here's Neves leaving as well. Now, this man I've got a lot of faith in. He hasn't picked to go to Brazil. He's picked to go to Argentina with Racing Club, which, of course, are quite a big club over there. So good luck to our youngster, who seems he's wanted to test himself. Good luck to him, of course. And Roman Morris wanting to test himself out of the country to Andorra. Hopefully links up with PK and is A-OK in the team with him as a big bid for Dennis Dragus, this time from Newcastle. Now this man has a contract, so I'm going to say 45 million. Newcastle very rich, and Eddie Howe's accepted it, meaning we could lose our Romanian star, which we do in seconds. He's gone straight to the Geordies, as it's only a little bit up north from Grimsby, and 51 million back into the budget. That's initially what we started with, but I am quite torn on this because, of course, we've got Marriott, and I might give him a go to start our Premier League season. As it looks like the news hasn't gone lightly, though, because Doug Tharm's turning up into the office, the manager's office, that is. the club captain, for a chat. Gaffer, I don't think selling Dragoose was the best option for the club. A very speedy outlet on the left wing who we relied upon. But our manager stays composed, saying, Doug, I love you, mate, but I've got to disagree. I trust Marriott, who's been here longer. And plus, we've got loads of money for Dragoose. I know he's gone to a Prem rival, but I feel Newcastle's been tricked here as we've got the better deal. And Doug says, okay, I like this. I'll look forward to who you bring in. I just hope it's someone we can trust and who will get along with the lads. As now I've actually thought about it after Doug's chat, I think I know who I'm going to sign. I'll keep you guys in suspense again. As there's our pre-season results as well. We lost to Leipzig, beat Salernitana, or whatever you say, or whatever you call them, but we drew to Barca. I can't pronounce Italian teams, as now we've got to go to Tottenham. But before we go to Tottenham, shall we address what Doug just said? He wasn't happy with Dragoose leaving and didn't seem thrilled with Marriott starting. Hopefully no disconnect as they both start together. Yep, going straight into this very commercial Spurs game. Look at all the stuff they had outside. Levy knows how to sell stuff. Merchandising, match programs, and this was always going to be a kit clash. I mean, I don't know why we're in the away, but I guess we will still play. And I guess I can make it out. I just hate how EA does this. It doesn't clock the altered kits. As Tharm out to Schmidt. Mistake against the club that tried to buy him. I maybe shouldn't have played him. Maybe that's playing in his mind. As a ball into Tuchemeni. And now onto their man. Pickford with a bouncer. Letting it out of his grasp. As of course we've got a new style of play. So we can slowly build up. Although I'd like to go quicker with the gegenpressing tactic. Schmidt on the ball. And we don't have a name man to aim for. But we do have a man in the middle. McAtee. Oh my days. That was almost 1-0. End-to-end action. And I'm excited to see Pizarro. He was one of the scorers against Barca. Bad tackle, Matty Wolf. Bit early for a card though, ref. No need to give them out right there. And the free kick was a good one. Pickford goes and claws it, and I keep wanting to counter, knowing it's not our tactic, but gegenpressing's high intensity, and that's what we're going to play with. Come on, Schmidt, run through the gap, and now use the man around you. This is Savage on the ball, looking for McAtee over the top. Showing we're still good at breaking. I mean, you don't break the tactic, even though you do change it. Dewsbury Hall's chance this time. Trying to sneak it near posts. Look at Pizarro. What a good touch around the corner, the Chilean. And now McAtee. Can we get this early goal that we deserve? Dewsbury Hall. It almost fell for us again. It was a header away from their man, though. Still, keep this pressure on. Savage very far out wide. And he's got around his men to try and cross it in again. And still, Tottenham clear it. To have them on the ropes, though, this early into a Prem season away from home at this big stadium, in front of this massive fan base. Not a bad start at all. I mean, we've just got to keep playing our game. A point at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Not very bad in my eyes. But still, we've got to defend. And have we defended there? We have. Now counter with Dewsbury Hall, who needed to get the pass through. Still didn't get the pass through. And lads, come on, I'm begging you. Don't mess this up, as it's a ball in the middle. And Pickford, my days. Almost made a mess of it, but still we live another day. And this is Pizarro, the Chilean. He's flicking it for no reason. Gellert, he only just gets it to McAtee. Into Pizarro, our number 10. Little too high if you ask me, but still a very good effort. And Matty Wolf through that middle. Dewsbury Hall. We can win this, I believe, but not when you dwell on it. As, oh, Matty Wolf, it's a good job he didn't connect with that one. I forgot about his yellow card. Couldn't see the top of the marker for the sun in this game as Tuchemeni through the middle. A block from Schmidt. It's into the middle to Mainu. A save from Jordan Pickford, who's actually kept us in the game after a dodgy save earlier on. But I'll take it as McAtee. Not the right pass. And it looks like another 0-0 to start off with, unless we can steal this game. Because we've been better in front of goal, or building up to goal, should I say. They're the team to have chances with Kobe Mainu as McAtee is getting round his man and Pizarro in the middle. If it falls to our striker, which it did, but a poor shot. And we have got the ball in the dying minutes. Casado, just give him the bloody ball back as Pulisic can't run. And a draw in our first game. Not what I wanted, but still it's against a good team, and 8th to start off with. It can only go up from here. As what I'm actually going to do, because I want to keep this season ticking, is I am going to go and simulate West Ham and Liverpool, giving us a tasty start to next time, which of course will be deadline day to start off with, as West Ham. Can we get the win? McAtee with the brace, a very good sign. Right, we've got 4 points from 2, and that's not that bad, I guess. Still, a win against Liverpool would make me forget about not scoring against Tottenham Hotspur away, as we've beat Liverpool away. 3-1 the game. Savage Pizarro Wolf. He's got his first Premier League goal. Pizarro, that is. And I think Wolf, who may have scored before Okafor with the equaliser in the first half, but I cannot believe we've done it. That's, what, 7 points? Can't do that on one hand, which I aim to do as Wolves next, who have 0 points so far. And we're in a Champions League spot, where of course I'd like to finish, but I'm going to finish here with a very suspenseful look at the deadline day window. So Season 6 started, of course, with this Grimsby side and me as owner. And to be fair, I'm still enjoying it. With our manager Adam Lallana, we head into deadline day with a lot of transfers done, but we've got money to spend still. 52 million in the bank for Lallana, who has his target in mind and has to try and sell him or buy him for the wing, as our youngster Marriott is set to be replaced in our lineup. As yes, people, that's right. We are here on deadline day. 10 hours of it left. We can see if offers come in. And I've already shown you the money, so we won't see that again. We will just get on with it, as I do have a player in mind. But before that offer's here, we've got a decent one for Doug and then Bell. I am not going to sell the youngster. Still would rather loan him and Marriott himself. Yes, I do want to replace him, but not by selling him. In fact, it's going to be complicated. He will start the season and he will continue to start the season despite that transfer request, which I'm not going to pay attention to because the player that I want to sign actually starts as a cam, which will replace Summers. And I'm very excited for it, but before we do get into it, you saw a loan to buy just accepted for Campbell. Can't believe he's still here. He's been here since the first season, and I've never really used him. Speaking of seasons, what games have we got today? I am not going to ruin last episode. If you want to see our games, you can go and skip to them. Apart from November, which I do want to get up to, and a little bit of December, it looks quite fine. For our team anyway, because we're all over 80 or soon to be over 80. Let's go and find our player. As yes, if you saw the thumbnail, you already should know who it is. It's James McAtee, left-footed and brother of John McAtee, who is our right winger and best player at the club, apart from Jordan Pickford, as I'm going to speak to Lallana about the potential signing of this man, if he wants to get an out-and-out winger, or if he's okay with this. Adam, I've spoke to McAtee in the team, and he says his brother James is keen on signing. Yes, he's not a winger, which you do need for this team, but I think with some training, he could actually play there, as our manager says, no, I actually don't want McAtee. One is enough to keep control of in this lineup. I'd rather get a left winger who can play that role properly instead of just going for relationships inside of the squad. And I see where Lallana's coming from. He doesn't want to just sign McAtee for McAtee's sake, John in the team. But I think it's a good idea. You can see Campbell on the bench, and of course we're getting rid of him. Let's have a look at his contract. Let's have a look, and we can get him for 17.2. Yes, he's got a high wage. I think he's in his last year at Manchester City, so I'm going to go behind Adam Lallana's back and make a signing as the board, as here he is training in the club. No sign of Adam Lallana holding the t-shirt with him. Have I angered our manager? Maybe so, but there was no chance I wasn't signing him. As to go to left wing, it only takes 2 weeks. So a very good signing in my eyes, as it leaves us with 29 million. That won't be spent today. That will be saved for the next window, as we are just skipping all the way to the end of this one. No loanies out, no players out. we've got the squad we're given to try and build on this 5th place start. You can see 2 wins, 1 draw. One of those wins against Liverpool, and the draw against Spurs, who are just below us today, as we start with Wolves on 0 points. Our bogey team last year, yes, they should be decent in their own right, but come on, we need to get this ball back and show them what we're made of, because we are a solid team on paper. Charlie Savage with the ball through. Pizarro, jump on it. Want to extend our start to the season as Numa running at us. He's a very decent winger, but Doug Tharm's a decent defender. Has the referee just given that as a penalty in the Premier League? Are you joking against our captain? What is this game doing? Pickford, come on. He dives the right way, but Wolves have a goal. Second time they're beating us by a penalty. Last year it was Hwang, and this year it is Cho as Casado. Come on, keep the ball. We don't lose this. Or we shouldn't be losing at least, as please someone win that header, and another header on. McAtee's let it roll. Paul from the winger, and I don't believe it. Another one for Wolves. 2-0 from the spot. I don't believe this game. Is the manager throwing us under the bus? Did he not like the new signing? And now just made us terrible? Because there's no sign of coaching here, as we need a decent corner. Dewsbury Hall into the danger zone. May fall to McAtee. Straight in the face of the defender. And that is us beaten. The 4th game of the season. We lose to bottom of the league Wolves. Yeah, brilliant. Brilliant. Maybe I have a word with Lallana. Did he just throw us under the bus in that game? I know it was 2 penalties, but it also looks like McAtee. James this is. I'm going to get confused, but he did not play. He's unhappy and unsharp now. As I'm speaking to Adam again, saying, how did we lose that game? Wolves haven't won a game, and that didn't show progression to me. Are you unhappy that I made an owner's decision and signed James McAtee? Going against your judgment? As he says, boss, I didn't like the signing of James and I made you aware of it. But throwing a football game? Do you honestly think that of me? I've earned 2 promotions with Grimsby Town in my time here, so don't question my loyalty and don't question my tactics. Okay, a little bit of friction. Let's calm it down a little bit, even from my point of view. Can we just go and beat Forest? No, but Pizarro does get another goal, so it's showing the striker was a good option. But no sign of McAtee. Has he actually got game time? I don't think that's at us, because he hasn't played 2 games. I think that's from his Man City days. And it must be, because his sharpness is falling down. He's now in 5. And he's not unhappy, at least. But Marriott is that because we've kind of replaced him? Well, not replaced him yet. If I was manager, I would have done. Because his impact so far is 5 games, no goals, no assists, and an only 6.28 rating. If you ask me, that's poor, as now we go into McAtee. Does he get a rating increase? No, but he's a winger. So maybe he gets on the field against Everton for Lallana, because Marriott's not proven himself, and he might have to just go with him. I'm hoping he does anyway, because this is really annoying me now. So please get a result. We lose to Everton, and he doesn't play again. Are you actually joking me? I feel I've wasted my money. This is terrible management. But nothing I can do. I mean, I've trusted him for a while, the coach, and we've lost in the Carabao, so we're out of the cup. And yes, the team was rotated, but no sharpness added, so he didn't play in the cup. He hasn't played in the league, and we're losing loads of games as we finally turn it round, though. Okay, Lallana, I forgive you. A 2-1 against Bournemouth. And to be fair, Marriott scored in that one. But can we go back to back? Because we're going into an easier month, and we do beat Brentford. As Marriott's took a knock, and he has got a broken metatarsal for 7 weeks in here. So he might actually get played, McAtee. And I know I'm begging it a little bit, and he did come off the bench in that one, but I'm going to replace him there, as this is our first real injury. 7 weeks without him. Now, that is actually a lot. I mean, I wanted McAtee to start, but not Nathan to be injured. Anyway, on we go, I guess, as can he do something from the start? We only get a draw against Burnley. Seriously? As which McAtee scored, though? That is what I actually want to know. It's confusing having them both there. His goal tally's gone to 2. So that means in one game for Grimsby, or should I say one start for the Mariners, McAtee, James, 1 goal from 90 minutes. Have that, Lallana. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say that because it was only a draw, but can we get back to winning? Yes, we can. 4-0 over Watford. Pizarro scoring, Savage, and maybe both McAtees? I can't really tell, but after what looks like a very good month, apart from the draw, of course, this month gets more difficult. Starting with City, who have got less points than us. We're 6th in the league as it is. I'd say that's pretty solid. And City down there in 11th. And in fact, a team we've not played before. So maybe this is the time we test ourselves against the Citizens. As I'll be completely honest, I'm not feeling confident, but optimistic's the word. We are at home in this fixture. With everyone over 80, I feel like I can actually play them. With 70 rated players, we easily would have been smashed. And is this our first outing in the home kit? I don't know, because I don't usually play at home, but still, Manchester City stole the ball straight off as Foden into that Argentinian, and Barella through the middle. Goal for Manchester City. Only took 2 minutes. Or 6 in game, it says. But what a dreadful start for the Mariners. Come on. All that hope can't be lost. Just keep the ball this time round, Tharm. Was that man who lost it? And Wolf, no. Not you giving it away, because now they're just going to run at us. We can't get out of our own half, but Schmidt, to be fair, passed that ball. What a ball into McAtee against his former club, of course. Run straight into Yoro, who weirdly enough is a United player in real life very recently. Haaland blocked. Penalty given. There's no getting out of the way of that. Come on, referee, are you having a laugh? Didn't even touch his hand. Did not touch his hand. But of course, our 3rd penalty conceded today. Pickford, no chance, and we shouldn't have played this game. We're going to get a hammering. You can just tell we're not going to score in this, and they are going to get more. McAtee squeezing it through, though, and Casado. Hello. Pizarro into Dewsbury Hall. It's into the back of the net. Get the ball. The game's on. Lively start. All right. I mean, I was completely optimistic and then pessimistic. Now optimistic. Get the ball and go again. Ferran Torres back at City. Marked by Casado, who he played at Barca with. And he's breaking away with the ball here. Mark with the ball through. It's Pizarro for 2-2. He's through a little bit here, but Edison with the stop. Should have been level straight away. But hey, corner on the half hour. A header from James McAtee. Not bad from the new number 7. More of those, please and thank you, as Charlie Savage into Casado. A good ball through right here. It is John McAtee this time, and Ake with the block. How unlucky can you be? As now we're going to go short with the corner. Charlie Savage, McAtee, front post into his brother, and now Pizarro, Doug Tharm, our centre-back, another save from Edison, and another chance missed. As honestly, how are we not level? We deserve to be 2-2, but keep probing, lads, come on. Give these fans something to cheer for. All I ask of you lot, come on. Ake on the ball, a good tackle, Geldhurt, come on. Just fire straight at them. No, don't run into De Jong. De Jong and Barella in their midfield with Foden and Haaland up top. How are they behind us in the league, I wonder? Still, Barella has scored. A good tackle from Dewsbury Hall. And now Savage on the run. He's just been tackled by the defender. And now we're backpedaling a bit. Phil Foden against Doug Tharm. He squeezed it round to Erling Haaland. Big save from Jordan Pickford as usual. He loves to stop goals. We don't like to pass it correctly. This is killing me. Now, come on, just play our way out. But no, we either get stuck or we either get a shot on goal, as Ferran Torres might here. He's tried to go around Jordan Pickford. Stop the ball. How has he squeezed that through? That's 3-1 again. And now I do think the game's over, unless we can actually score a chance. Been creating enough already. Just not been our day, I guess, as that is the final whistle there, and we have lost to City 3-1 at home. As Lallana asked in the press what he thinks to his latest defeat, and he says, could it have been avoidable? Maybe if I had my own players. Our outlet on the wing was lazy and missing chances. James McAtee, that is, not John. I don't mind John, but doesn't mind, doesn't cut it. As you can see, both brothers unhappy. I think if you unsettle one McAtee, you unsettle the pair of them. So yeah, great stuff before. A travel up north for the Geordies. Come on, can they play through their unhappiness? No. We're beaten, and this is actually woeful. I mean, we haven't been awful all season, but when a player's unhappy, it seems like we fall off. But not in this game against United. After losing to Newcastle, we go and beat the Red Devils, with McAtee scoring late on. Which McAtee, I don't know, as hopefully it's cheered them up, whichever one it is. As look at the month we have ahead of us, Chelsea in there, and of course Arsenal, who are the big guns. But with those games being at home, I think I want to play Brighton. Because when you look at the league table, they are unbeaten this season, and if we could beat Lallana's ex-team, I think it's a good statement. So back to Adam's old home in the away kit, the C1, as they almost see a shot or an angle to score, but not taken by them, who will be a good team to try and beat, as Audebert on the wing, a brilliant player watched by Casado, as we've actually got the ball back and the referees allowed it to play on a counter-attack, as Pizarro may fall to Dewsbury Hall, who's got gloves on for some reason. Don't get that in the heat, as Casado from range, Mosquera, it hits. McAtee offside though, and now a chance for Brighton again. A corner this time round, and Audebert does win it. Gellert, oh my days. If he would have headed that onto the defender and he would have gone and scored, I definitely wouldn't have liked it. As finally a chance for us as well. Come on, it's been a while in this game, and Charlie Savage running through. Running straight into a defender. I'll rephrase. As now it's the last chance of the game, probably, and it's going to actually be us, as we could actually sneak a draw here against a team that hasn't lost, as maybe they could lose, actually. A ball into McAtee, and it's John, the right winger, who might actually topple Brighton. What a goal he scored, and there's no replay angle, an overhead kick, and hey, we've just beaten top of the league. Maybe Adam's moaning at absolutely nothing, and same with me, as we are in 5th. 5 points off Brighton, of course, who we've just beaten, so you never know if it's a good December. Maybe we could get a UCL present. To actually arrive in May, as Palace are up next. We've gone from Brighton to Palace. Beaten both rivals. Rivals of each other, that is, as is the next game Chelsea. No, it's Leeds, so let's keep this momentum on a high. Going across to Ellen Road as we pick up another win. McAtee, 1-0. He does like that scoreline, or we like that scoreline, as we're second in the league, only 3 points off Brighton, Chelsea down in 5th. And maybe I owe a little bit of an apology to our manager, but then again, he owes an apology to me, because James is playing well on that wing. A 1-0 Mariners. McAtee goal in the first half again. He loves a 1-0 against Chelsea. Or I'll say again, everyone loves it, because we're a team right here. And now, joint top of the league. This is sensational. As look at the team ratings. Yes, we've got a brilliant keeper, and in career mode that does help. Everyone over 80. Mashui's always been broken with his fitness and never fit in my plans, because the stats of Savage and Casado are actually better. In my eyes anyway, as we do have some contracts as well. Yes, I can't forget about them, even though we're in the season and it's not actually January. So I'm going to offer contracts to Schmidt, Bell, Undav and McGuinness. And Schmidt up first, a 3-year extension. A release clause is a bit mad, but hey, we've signed him up. As the youngster Ibrahim Bell didn't take any convincing at all. And same with McGuinness, who accepts his rotational role. Love all that, but a problem. Of course, Brad Hills, we're not going to sign up. The problem is with Undav. He won't sign a new contract, doesn't want to turn up. I mean, yeah, fair enough. He hasn't been playing and turning up anyway. As after contracts, we do have 26 million with January coming up. Maybe need another striker. Or maybe another winger, because McAtee can play up front. You never know if we trial it, as we do win with him scoring. Or, of course, one of them scoring. Boniface scoring for them, as Savage got the other one. We're playing like savages. Taking 0 prisoners. As Arsenal at home, this could be a sticky one. And it is a draw. Fair enough. Fair enough. Look at the month we've just had. And then the month before that was good. or one game in that month was good. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. We've got West Ham to go. And then we move into January with the FA Cup starting. Charlton I'm excited for as a bit of a tired team for the Hammers, and we're hammered by them who do stop our unbeaten month. Erkzan and Duran with Pizarro actually scoring, so the striker we need to bring in definitely doesn't need to be a starter, because this man is fine, as is 6 goals in 20 games, same as McAtee, and same as the other McAtee. Fantastic stats on them, and then Charlie Savage is always bloody up there, and a lot of goals from other players. Everyone actually contributing. As one thing I can contribute as owner, not manager, is speak to our actual manager, Lallana, on our differences. Adam, I want to apologise on signing James behind your back, and I just want to let you know, it won't happen again. I hope you see he's a good player and that I've actually helped the squad I own. But you should be last say, not me. I'm just the money man. As he says, don't worry about it. Hey, we're up there in the league. I'm fine doing this job, and let's get this UCL spot. So me and Adam Lallana had a fight over this man right here, our new winger McAtee. And no, not John McAtee, who's already in the squad, but his little brother from City, who wasn't initially a winger. He had to train up, much to the displeasure of Lallana, who hopefully is okay with us as we continue our season. And well, the season so far, you can see we've got Charlton up first in the cup, and I do actually fancy maybe going for a cup run. Maybe the new kit's for luck? I hope so anyway, but we are going to show you the league. If you didn't see the last episode, that is marvellous. As we're 8 points off Brighton. Yes, that's a long way off, but we're still clinging on to second and Champions League football, which of course we want next year, and this is the team we've got. It should be enough to actually get in there if we can just hold on. But we do get some more players today, or a player with 26 million in the bank account. And I've got someone in mind which I hope the manager agrees with, but we're not going to sign him yet because he won't play in the cup, as I'll at least share the position. I do want a centre-back, not that we're replacing Bell, of course, we've rotated for the FA Cup, which I've got my fingers crossed we do get through in, risking the simulation, which we win, of course. And the next round, is it ready yet? No, it's only showing round 3, and of course round 3's replays. And anyway, the next game's more important. The league, Spurs, who are a point below us in 3rd position. Almost stumbled there, as I don't want to stumble with the signing, and the position I am thinking about is Doug Farm. Yes, he does have 5-star weak foot, but he's 29-year-old, and he is a right footer initially, 81 rated. And the man I have in mind plays in the Pro League, Thomas Aviles. But one thing I'm not thinking of, how's our lone centre-backs doing at other clubs? Right, Carlos Neves perfect, and Cairns, well, 77 rated, and I believe he's finished soon on his loan as 60 grand. Do we recall him back? I actually think yes, as he's another right-footed 5-star, but he can go onto the bench, at least for now, as now it's Chowdhury on the bench who's looking the weakest, as we've got a strong right back in the squad. Do we go into midfield again? Looking at Casado and Savage, who have been decent players for us. Mishu's never fit. Maybe we try and sell him? As I've asked Lallana to have a word with our midfielder from France about him never playing a game despite being high rated. Edouard, what is going on with your fitness? You have never been clear for us. Physio always says you're struggling with your sharpness. As he says, boss, I have been struggling. I know I've been in England before for a long while with Sunderland, but now I just feel like I need to go elsewhere. The physicality of the league is not doing me well. And Lallana says, sure, I just wish you would have told me before signing you. We'll put you on the transfer list and you can be on your way. So yeah, we'll try and get rid of him, and that plus 26 million could be a big signing today, which can help us get in that Champions League. Oh, but we also have to think about Denny Sundav on the bench. I mean, we will have a bigger budget next year for another striker. Just take it a step at a time with a midfielder this year and, of course, this team, which is going into Tottenham. And yes, that home advantage, what I've desperately wanted in most games, and they've worn their grey kit to try and bamboozle us a little bit. But that won't work, Tottenham, because Dewsbury is on a run forward here. McAtee with an early chance. Easily in behind, as now Casado using Gellert, our fullback. Pizarro. He was at the front post! Went over to James McAtee as now he's come short for the corner. It's the McAtee brothers linking up, and John will go for the shot. Good start, and look at that. John McAtee getting the ball back. We are really up for Champions League as Casado down the line again, and McAtee with the ball in, trying to find his brother. Don't tell me Lallana was right. They're not just going to be looking for each other. I hope not anyway, as Casado with another ball back, and Gellert, our right back, looks for McAtee. Wasteful, what's going on? As now they're countering at us, and they've got their shot off. But the referees gave a penalty. I actually don't believe it. Doug Tharm with a late tackle. And is it really a tackle? That is a blatant dive. Put him in the Olympics coming up, and he wins the diving competition as Pickford can't save it. As we've been all over them, I've got no idea how we're losing as Doug Tharm gave the penalty away and he can't get his head on it. Annoying, but then he shouldn't be the man to score his goals. McAtee maybe could. Is he looking for his brother again? No, he's got the ball through to Savage, who goes around the goalkeeper, and that one is not a dive. Vicario in the book. No replay required. That was obviously a spot kick as it's John McAtee to go top corner. 1-1 at home, and he does his special flicks. He's still the number 13. We definitely have to change that. As hey, we got what we deserved, or the least we bloody deserve. We should be winning this game, but 2 penalties is all that splits the sides. Great game for 2nd v 3rd in the Premier League, and a good advert as now Maatsen running at our defence. Tottenham have woke up a little bit. Still, we get this ball back, and we're slowly building on them. I maybe want to change my tactics a bit, but then again, they're working. We just forced a little bit out wide, as McAtee did get the stretch. Going close, as now I've took his brother on the left wing off. I've got Summers on for Dewsbury Hall, as he needs to win that header. Casado, beautiful header one. And we can actually build from this. We'll try and go down the left-hand side. Savage skins his man. It's Charlie Savage. It's the post. And no one's there to tap it in. If the ball ain't in the net, there should be someone to score there, as Pizarro maybe needs to come off. Not a good game for the Chilean, but he's got the ball on the edge of the box, and he spins with it. Can he do something here? He's a very far way out of goal, but there he goes for it. Yeah, and not very good as Schmidt, of course. Tottenham wanted to buy Schmidt, and Savage running inwards. A ball into Gellert. It's our right back who goes. He only had to sweaty it as Gellert, you idiot. That was the last chance. As Lallana in the press immediately asked about his right back, wasting the perfect opportunity to win a vital game. But our manager is class and just answers it's not his fault. Everybody makes mistakes, and we did have other chances. Feel really bad for arguing with him, but it's over now, a draw, and hey, Michu want to buy Man City? 47 million, and I think I could get more. After all, it's Manchester City. Their pockets are filled with oil. So Adam, go and get 52. I beg they accept it, and they do. This could give us a lot of money for a player. As goodbye, Mishui. You never worked for us at the club, and it's definitely a centre mid we need. I've got to speak to the manager. Adam, we've got over 70 million and we're almost finished in January. And I know you're focused on the league, but I need to divert your focus. Spend this money whilst our stock is high. Because we're 2nd in the league and it might attract good players. The gaffer replies, yes, of course I'll divert my attention to make a signing. If we've got that much money, you don't have to ask me twice. I know you like to pick my players. I'm only joking, but still, I am going to put a list together and let you actually choose this time. Hey, his words, not mine. He actually is letting us sign a player, and it's good to have good options, which we can afford each one. And I believe all of these players actually aren't playing in Europe, so it's kind of realistic. We're not taken from a Champions League club. We are still Grimsby with Manu Kone on the list. We've signed him before at Liverpool, so I am going to tick him off. Off you go, my friend. And Enzo Ladoy is an improvement, not in my eyes. which leaves the last two of Matt O'Reilly, left-footed, 6'2", doing very well at Celtic, but then Alex Scott. Why is he stuck at Girona, and why is he so undervalued? I think this man would be great, and I think he'd fit in our midfield. Chuck 52 million at them. I don't care, Lallana, as long as we get the lad in. That's more than we have. Go down to 6.3 maybe? That's still a lot in my eyes, but hey, it's accepted, and I think we'll have no contract breaks. As here he is at the Mariners, getting number 19. He's signed on the dotted line. Will he be our best player? As rating-wise, we know he isn't, but who do we kick out? Because of course we've been playing well. Maybe Charlie Savage? But I can't do that. It's got to be Casado, which I hate to say, and I'm going to switch that. I'm going to make him more attacking, make Dewsbury Hall sit, and he is going to change to a cam because then he can rotate with Summers and play further forward. As if you think I wasn't going to trial him, you are completely wrong. Here we are in the FA Cup. We've got Ipswich Town, a Premier League club in real life, as McAtee is trying to keep up pace with them. A tackle, oh dear. Got himself a bit stuck. As now a free kick though. Farm, we are full team, of course we are. We want to do well in this competition. Terrible shot from Savage. I mean, where is Alex Scott? I mean, we don't get to see him right now anyway, because it's a chance to run forward. It's McAtee going round and Charlie Savage finding a gap. It's Savage who's through and he's missed. How has he managed that? Still, the game goes on and the highlights for us as Matty Wolf. A ball into Savage. This is Scott on his debut going for it. As he probably shouldn't have done, because that ends the game. It's going to be a replay in the cup. That means we've got to sim it. Little bit of a waste, but who cares? I mean, we drew to Wolves, though. That's a bit more concerning. Especially with Liverpool next, who beat us 3-2. Dewsbury Hall fighting, maybe, for his attacking position back. As also an injury to McAtee. John, this is, for 3 months. Oh, dear. Worst time to get that. Might write our season off as we do win our replay though. Charlie Savage, who wasted chances in the first game, doesn't in the second. But still no McAtee is on my mind at the moment. But we've just beaten Newcastle 4-0 with 10 men. As maybe we're fine without him with the next game though, City. So we might test ourselves again, but then maybe not. Because when simming is winning, you've got to carry it on. Every time we sim a big club, though, it's always 3-2. So close with the margins, as we do back it up with Everton. And shout out to Casado. He's filled in the last 2 games. At right back, trying everything to get a little bit of game time. But of course, Gelderd in the team. We're just missing McAtee. But it's game time for Marriott, so he shouldn't be really moaning. Maybe he could be a right-hand-sided player instead of just on the left, maybe? Just a little thought, as we're into the cup again, and Charlie Savage this year is turning into a cup hero. Seriously love to see it, as I think, oh yes, with a 4-3, we have just got to say that's the last simulation until we go into Watford, which, yeah, is the next game, as I want to stop to see the scorers. I don't know if I missed Scott scoring. Is he down here somewhere? We loaned out a lot of players, and no, he must have not scored a goal yet. 9 games, 2 assists. As who's leading on assists? It's actually Casado, so the player he is replacing actually a lot better than him. Statistically, though, as when you look at the stats, there's no competition. Scott is better attacking, as we need to change him to an attacker. As what does this do for his overall rating? It just keeps him at the same. 20 weeks till 86. And no, not years old, but rating, of course, as bottom of the league Watford managed to get a draw, as that's come to be expected. We always bloody bottle it, but round 6 of the FA Cup, is this? It is! The quarterfinals! Now, there's a good team in every round. Of course, we've drawn a good team. Arsenal at home, though. And we've got a few days, so don't worry about the fitness in the team. If we could beat the Gunners, though, what would that do for us? Well, obviously, it'd put us into an FA Cup semi-final, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about money. Maybe Europe. I haven't shown you the table, but we have slipped down to 5th with a couple of draws and everything, but I still feel confident in the league. With Lallana in charge, we can do anything. As Schmidt on the charge himself, our left back referee? No? No penalty, ref? Did you go to Specsavers before the game? I don't think you did, as Doug Tharm is actually run round the man putting the press on. We have beat Arsenal before, but last year Newcastle stopped us here. We don't want to be stopped again. It's Marriott. Oh my days, he's got to score. At least he's back on his feet as Edwards. Good tackle. Now Dewsbury Hall. Marriott. Can he run? Well, he does have 80+ pace, and this is good from our number 9. He's got the man just at the side of him. Oh my days. McAtee. John. Recover quickly. Need him back in this team, but look at Scott. A bit of aggression. I like to see that from a new player. Referee, that's got to be a foul. As it was just on the edge, and actually Scott's our best free kick taker, so can he curl it over the wall? The 19, he hits the wall. But again, get that pressure on. They don't like it, do they, at our place? Look at this. Norton Cuffy, I mean, he has squeezed it down the wing a little bit. But Savage, the cup hero, wins the ball back from Odegaard, who he looks like a little bit. And that's good passing. Now, on to James McAtee. Just take it yourself, James. Across goal, and it's not savable. 1-0, 1 foot into an FA Cup semi-final. We've talked about John McAtee, but of course we've bought his little brother, James, across the net. And Hines stood no chance. Great goal to get. But of course, we never get anything easy. Look at that, Dewsbury Hall. He's got a little bit of a knock, it says. We don't have that usually. I'm going to have to take him off for the second half. You just hate to see it. Hopefully it's not long. Casado on, and now a pass across the field into James McAtee. He wants to fight to be like his brother, and look at the run on this wing. He just needs a ball to maybe sweat it to, and maybe could go alone. Tried to be unselfish. Maybe the wrong option actually is now Saka, Odegaard. Have they really got their first team out, or just their attackers? Because their defence can be attacked. And, of course, I've got Hine in the goal right there. Scott, you've got to be quicker, mate. Get up to Prem standards, as we had to make a tackle. And Odegaard has moved. It's going to be hit by Saka. Jordan Pickford. What a good goalkeeper. Pizarro's been very quiet today. That was a good tackle, though. And now we could actually break from that. Marriott. Come on, don't bottle it this time, Nathan Marriott. The defender's actually caught him up. Maybe more wasteful than good, but hey, we're on the cusp of Wembley as Casado into Marriott. It's a good ball round the corner. Gelted, he's made a mistake last game. This game, he doesn't. It's hit the post and gone in. The Mariners go into Wembley. Gelted, the right back. The manager didn't throw him under the bus. He did some good man management. And now he sent us to the capital. Get in there, Mariners. I don't know who we've actually got, as we are 4th in the league. And it's actually Arsenal next. But come on, FA Cup next. I just did see some scheduled games. FA Cup, it will be Spurs. And that's the best option. Should have beat them earlier, and we might not have Kiernan. 4-week injury. Does it get any better? I mean, if we beat Arsenal to keep them off our tails, Casado's going to come in. It's 5-0 at the Emirates Stadium. Pizarro, Savage, McAtee, Pizarro and McAtee. Honestly, sensational. James proving that he can actually play whilst his brother's not here. And did you just hear that? Sounded like a notification. Liverpool in advanced talks with Grimsby Town manager after failure of a season and success at Grimsby. Homecoming for Lallana. He's going to come back to Anfield. Lallana, a class manager. He's going to be with the Redmen. What is all this about? I mean, Liverpool are 11th and we are actually 4th. We need to speak to the main man. Adam, what is this about Liverpool? I hear they've been on the phone. Yeah, boss, I'm really afraid to admit they have been on the phone to me. Yes, they're in 11th and we're having a class season. But Liverpool's my second home. I was brought up there to win titles. And it pains me to say this. I know we have a good relationship, but when Liverpool come knocking, I have to leave. So I am the owner of Grimsby Town Football Club, and the last episode has messed things around. We saw numerous tweets from Liverpool accounts linking Lallana to the job with the team in 11th. And when we spoke to our gaffer, it wasn't what we wanted to hear, as Lallana spoke on his intentions to leave. And I hate this. I really do. But welcome, guys. I'm not talking about the series, of course, but the scenario that we're in. Lallana is still here. I mean, he hasn't left yet, but we are going to try something that's not been tried before here. And that's speak to our manager immediately before anything. Looking at the squad, nothing. We need to talk again. Okay, so now it's been a few days since you got that Liverpool phone call. Have you thought about staying? Or anything along those lines? Because come on, Gaffer, we're in an FA Cup semi-final and a Champions League place. I don't want you to leave. As he says, boss, I just think my time at Grimsby's over. I've improved this team with your help and I've enjoyed it. But can't we keep that going? I mean, it's solid this season so far. Or actually, well, I do see your mind's made up. Could I convince you to stay an extra 2 months? Nothing longer, just to see out our season. Liverpool would struggle to get the Champions League at the end of the season, so if they just hold their horses, I think we can have an agreement here. And it looks like an agreement. Adam might be staying. I like this, you know. Till the end of the season only. So it's not great overall because, of course, we're losing a great manager, but we'll have to interview new ones. Maybe we'll do that today. But before anything else, we've got an injured Dewsbury Hall, and we are playing against Leeds, but we still pick up the win. Good stuff, as we have simulated Palace and another 2-0 win. That's 2 in 1 week. And seriously, how could Adam leave us at this moment in time? In fact, how can he leave us altogether? I know Liverpool's his dream, as that's got me thinking there's an ex-Liverpool manager who could improve this team. Could that be our first interview? As I can't believe I'm saying this, but welcome to the Grimsby office, Jurgen Klopp. I actually could get him as manager. Jurgen, welcome. Thank you for offering your services. But I'm very intrigued. Why do you want to come back to management? He says, after a long time out, I've just needed a club to settle at. And Liverpool do play my style, which Lallana has implemented. I think I'm a good fit. And I think you think I'm a good fit. In pre-season, you will see. I'll have these lads competing. Okay, a solid interview. And Dewsbury Hall's almost back. We've got to flick back to the team, because we've almost got an important game. I forgot to mention, of course, the fixtures. As you can see, there's a neutral 1 Tottenham in that semi-final, which, of course, we've got to play. But before that, I want to try and secure Champions League status. I mean, what's happening with the team? Dewsbury's not in defence, lads. In fact, I've took him out altogether as... Oh, no! Okay, manager rumours have really dampened us against Brighton. Ribeiro with 2, Scov Olsen and João Mario. But what am I thinking actually simming them? They're top of the league. And they look like they'll actually go and win it over City. But that's not where our focus lies. It lies on Tottenham. A big occasion at Wembley and the Grimsby fans are flooding in. It's Ange against Adam in a race for another trip to Wembley. As I believe in the league, we've actually drawn 0-0 and drawn 1-1 when we should have beaten them both times. A good tackle by Matty Wolf, but a corner, which we have to try and defend because it's Tottenham starting the better. And yes, I have simulated the game, and that looked like an opportunity. As this is going to be the best one, though. It's Pizarro who's through. He's in between 2 defenders, and Pizarro in the bottom corner. A goal for Grimsby only over half an hour in, and this could make us go into an FA Cup final. Brilliant chance taken, but still we are going to search for more because it's us on the attack as Alex Scott trying to revive his career a little bit. He does need a good performance. Just thread that through the middle. Casado, that is a good ball onto Pizarro. Could it be 2? It almost was. Good save for Cario as now Pulisic, the diver. I haven't forgot about him last time out. A brilliant tackle by Geldert, which actually gives us a counter-attack and Scott to run with the ball through the middle. There is an option on there. And we've got the ball down the wing into Marriott not playing well. To Debo with his tackle in. And is the game over? No. How is it still going? Come on. Just end the bloody fixture as now Pulisic. Oh, my days, Doug Tharm. A really good foot in. As hang on. How have I just noticed the score at the top corner? Did you see that? 2-2. There's only been 1 goal in this game, thank you. It seems like EA are bugging, trying to force penalties. 2-2 in that game. We only scored 1 goal ourselves. That is what you call match fixing. But anyway, a penalty shootout, and I believe the first one of the series, as it's straight down the middle. Pizarro get in there onto DeLeo, who I'm going to dive right with. He just sends it left. I'm actually a lot more nervous than I initially thought I'd be. Dennis Undav, come on. Brilliant penalty from Denise, who is going to be leaving us. As can we make another save? We haven't even made one. I don't know what I'm talking about. Another as Schmidt down the middle. Down the middle to solve that riddle. And now Johnson, Brennan Johnson, I've got to go left, and he goes right. How is this even happening? Right, James McAtee. It's a goal. It's a goal. We do like to go to the left or down the middle, as now it's Kobe Mainu. Oh, my days. It's going to go on forever as the newest signing, Scott. He doesn't miss. Brilliant penalties. I think I've got the hang of him in this game, as Christian Pulisic against Pickford. No. Another penalty scored, as it's Pickford to take it. I don't know why it's put him on the penalty, but the keeper scores it, and now all he has to do is save Martinez. What is this penalty shootout? Right, Cairns, a youngster. Top corner is working, so I'm going to keep going top corner. I don't care if it's boring, as now their man, Tushameni. Oh my days, how are we not saving one? As now it's Casado. Please, don't fail. Why doesn't Vicario go left, as now Pickford against Todibo for a place in the final? They've just gone and copied us, as now I'm going to change it. I'm going to go Matty Wolf. Oh my days. Never again. That was so close to not going in, as the penalties continue. Ian Masson. Oh my days. Oh my days. These penalties are now annoying me. It's Charlie Savage. Top bins. 2 class penalties from Savage and Wolf. Come on, we've got to save one. And that is the penalty saved. 10-9 over Tottenham. Pickford with the stop. Oh, I can't believe that. He's done what he does in real life. Grimsby Town go to the final of the FA Cup at Wembley. I cannot believe that, as it's going to be City that we face. Can we get Klopp in earlier? I mean, he knows how to beat Manchester City. But in fact, before we make that decision, Thomas Tuchel's the next one in. He's showing up to our seat. I mean, that's a first I've seen. Thomas, I like the drip, but let's get to more important things. What do you feel like you could do with this Grimsby side? Well, he says win the Champions League. I've done that before with Chelsea and my Bayern Munich days. Just let's ignore that. Fair enough, but are you up for a challenge of a season? Champions League football with Grimsby Town. He says I look forward to it. I worked in the Chelsea era with Abramovich and Bowley, although it didn't end too well for me. I mean, at least he's bloody honest, as we've just got to keep on simming games. McAtee and Pizarro. I've also talked a lot about Champs League. It isn't actually guaranteed, but with 5 points off it, and what are the fans thinking about this race at the end? Well, one fan took to X to say Grimsby in a solid position, but then another said he's nervous with the Lana leaving and Chelsea behind us, because we do have them next month, and I'm going to have to play at the Bridge, and then of course play the full game Manchester City. Lallana's farewell. But before that, let's keep going. Charlie Savage, McAtee, Pizarro, beating Villa. As one thing I've not checked as well, how long on McAtee's injury? It's not showing. Has he actually finished rehab? Or recovery, that's the wrong thing. As there he is, he's clear, and he's just here for Chelsea. Just in time. Lovely stuff, John. That is just what we needed. A swift recovery as now Savage. Schmidt. Let's get forward. The Swiss international, or he should be, into McAtee. And I've just realised James McAtee, as he strikes the post. In our away kit, actually looks like he's playing for City, as Wolf gets the ball through the middle onto Alex Scott. He needs his first Grimsby goal. That looked like it was going in. But the game actually stops and gives Chelsea a big chance. It's Retagui running through. It's going to be a red card. I mean, I would have given that a red card as a last-minute penalty for Dennis Undav. And this could be his last goal for Grimsby. So I'm going to take my time. And Panenka it down the middle. Should be the winner. could be the winner. And yes, that is the last action. 1 goal, 1 attempt. That is absolutely brilliant from our prince that will be leaving. And what a time to get that. Look at the league. Is that secure? 8 points? No. 1 more point and we are Champions League. As if we could just get it before Brentford. That should be us confirmed. A 3-3. High scoring. We need to get the clean sheets better. But we should be in the Champions League. Ooh, 8 points. Yes. Oh no, Chelsea haven't played. Still, it's not confirmed, but I'm feeling very confident. We've got United, which is difficult. But then, of course, Bournemouth. And before all of that, we've got to do another interview. And this one I'm nervous about because it's actually Zola, who's been out of management a while. Looks very young in this. Gianfranco, welcome. Right. Why have you been out of management? Is it by choice or is it because no one's actually hiring you? He says by choice. He's been liking, of course, living in Italy, and he wanted to take some time out so everyone forgets about his Birmingham days. Okay, fair enough. You think you're better than the Championship, but how can you take Grimsby to the next level of world football? He says, I've played in Champions League games. I've played at the highest level with Chelsea, and after my big break, I'm ready to translate that to management. All these managers now are really speaking what I want to hear, as now can we get a result against Man United? We didn't, but Chelsea officially can't catch us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the youngsters. Cairns, even Evan Curry to actually captain the side, because I think I will be releasing him. Been here from the start, but he is 26 years old. He's been the man, Mr. Consistent, but it's time to go. And hey, at least we've still got an original. Where is he? Doug Tham. Did I expect it to be this man? No, but he's been brilliant. As goal-wise been brilliant, Pizarro. Amazing. He's gone up to an 86 rated. What a signing from Valencia. He wasn't getting played. And then Savage getting a lot of goals, and McAtee, well, Lallana was wrong on this man, as these three obviously nominated for Player of the Season as well, alongside John McAtee. So get your votes below. Or not below, I'm too used to saying that. In the community tab, it will come out at 8 o'clock, I believe, if I'm still awake by now. And just be careful with which McAtee you're going to click, because there's 2, of course, right now. As Bournemouth smash our youngsters, which may ruin morale, but we have got to put our first team together for Wembley Stadium and Manchester City. But before we go into the game, Wayne Rooney sits with us. He's still got his Plymouth tie on, and I'm surprised he's wearing a suit. Wazza, sorry to call you that, but Adam says it's fine. As you guys were once teammates, so why should you take over him? Well, I think in our England setup, we shared the same values in management and in people skills, and I want to keep going with my career. If you see what I've done with Plymouth, I think you'll be fairly pleased, but give me another chance to prove myself, and I will step up. As I'm guessing he's still in charge of Plymouth by the fact he said, look what I've done, and the 3rd in League One. So he's actually got them relegated. Still, maybe he needs a second chance, as now Savage is overshadowed. Casado is better. I mean, he did come from La Masia. So he jumps into the lineup a little bit tired, but that is the team we're taking to Wembley. Big game, big game. Are they Grimsby fans or City fans? Well, I know one of those teams has none in the country, or the stadium would suggest that, and I'm not talking about Grimsby, of course, as we need to try and get this ball. Ferran Torres, I don't like the sliders, or shaders. It's shaders, isn't it? The weather looks miserable, and Rodri on a football field, he's not going to lose a game. Didn't realise he was still playing, as now Ferran's got away from us. Echeverri through. Need to get that block in there. We don't. It's down to Haaland. 1-0 Manchester City. Early on in this final, that could be costly. We need to wake up, lads. We've been to Wembley as much as City, yes, in playoff finals, but still experienced at this stadium. And we've just got Champions League. Yeah, sure, we've lost to them every time, but Callum Doyle, he shouldn't be a player that beats us. Come on, Dewsbury Hall, a good turn. And now, Scott, that's a good pass around the corner. John McAtee. Oh my days, they're just in the way, but still we're going through it. Scott through to James against his former club, Kabore. Looks like cutting through the middle for Lallana actually might be the best thing in his final game. Don't lose. Don't. lose. Oh dear. It's 2-0 Manchester City, and it's the youngster Echeverri. They're just toying with us. Toying with us. Phillips retiring. I don't care about Calvin Phillips. I care about my own team as Haaland, Doyle. Haaland's on for a brace in this first half if we don't mark him up. Tham got the block in. But lads, seriously, this is not a final performance. You've got to put up a bigger fight. Saved by Jordan Pickford. But what a terrible first half, man. 2-0 down to the Citizens. Do I put Undav on? Maybe. For his final game. I mean, he's only 74 rated, but he's played well all this time for us. He deserves a send-off as well, so Casado, I'm sorry. But you are the man's sacrifice, and the formation has changed also. It's a 4-2-2-2, I'd say. We've got wingers instead of left mid and right mid, which should help our cause, but it isn't, because defensively, we're a little bit all over the shop. City wanting more from us. We've worked so hard for this, and that is Haaland hitting the crossbar, and the ball hitting the crossbar again, and a third chance. Over. But when will it end, Robbie? They're all over us. Gellert through the middle, past the riddle, or solve the riddle, whatever, as that's a ball over the top, and Pizarro strikes. Still, the keeper can't be beaten, and he's just come back from an injury. Edison Rodri with a header away. McAtee, James. That is a free kick if I've ever seen one before. Is Schmidt? Oh, no, don't do that. Pass it more safely, lads, as McAtee. Come on, we just need one right now. If we stand any chance of winning, it's over the top for Pizarro, who needs to get the goal. Not our day. Not our day. As the referee brings to a halt a lost FA Cup final, and we've got to come back stronger without Adam Lallana. So season number 6, successful for the Mariners, as Adam Lallana took Grimsby to a Champions League spot and into an FA Cup final, which sadly we lost to Manchester City. And since that game, Adam Lallana has left us to go to Liverpool, which he agreed upon last season, as our assistant Sean Pearson is back before we get a manager, and our budget is higher than ever. Yes, I seriously wasn't making that up. Welcome back to the Grimsby 2 glory. And yes, our team is glorious. A little hint at the kit, which we'll get onto in a moment. But 108 million, that is absolutely glorious. A new manager, of course. Well, yet to be appointed. As whilst I'm recording this, I haven't even put the poll out for the new manager. As you can see, we're still in the Premier League and into the Champions League. Does it show anything yet? No, the qualifying rounds, which we don't have to go through. But before we get on to anything else, the kits, before we show you anything, and this home kit's a glorious one. More white than black, it's been freshened up a little bit. We've got the red little hints and the sponsor in red. Also, the back is my favourite part. Shout out to Billy who makes them. You can see very faintly the Docks Tower in Cleethorpes, where the Grimsby Stadium is, and I think you can see the tower from the top stand. I don't know that for sure, but absolutely glorious. As the next one is a beauty. It's a claret and blue number. Many teams in the Premier League have them. Gotta be a little bit careful around West Ham and Burnley, I'm told. But yes, I absolutely love this kit. Really, really glorious. That pristine feel to it. As the goalkeeper kit as well, it's quite fun, this one. I'm gonna call it the peacock look. Feathery circle / bubbles. I just love it. And it's got the Spotify X MTOS sponsor. Absolutely glorious. And I love it even more looking at it through this view. And Jordan Pickford, 35-year-olds. I'm not a big fan of that. But what I am a big fan of is we didn't do it last season, but John McAtee is going to an 87, as he won player of the season the year before last, and I haven't seen last year's votes because of course the time I'm recording this, but the upcoming poll, don't worry, I won't leave forever. I'll get it updated straight away, as we also give him finesse shot. He does cut inside and have a dig very often, as you can see. Them stats, absolutely amazing. 91 pace, 88 shooting, and 90 dribbling. Fantastic from Macca, as he's clearly our best player now because of Pickford's downgrade. But will that be extended today, being a Champs League team? And all that money we have has to be spent. And of course, Undav does leave. We do need a striker, but we do need to pay contracts, because look at all these players. I'm actually going to do that first, and then see how much money we have. As a new deal sparked by Pearson for Pickford, the goalkeeper, Matty Wolf, the centre-back, Doug Thorne, the captain, and also Dewsbury Hall. That's our most important players done. Now, you can see there is Casado, who I'm going to leave a moment because I don't know where I'm signing. I just knew the rest of the players that have either been here from the start or they are amongst our highest rated, as we've still got 99 million. And the reason I didn't sign up Marriott, Chowdhury, Smith, Summers, it's because they may be replaced. And of course we could sell them. But the first position we need is definitely a backup striker to replace the outgoing Undav. As I'm going to speak to Pearson about making these signings, I think I want to take control, knowing he's not the permanent. Pearson, I know all the good you've done, but I've got to say myself, I saw you do it in the lower divisions, and I've seen Lallana make signings. I know you was his assistant, and I do trust your input, but I want to take control of who we bring in. A new manager is expected, and a big manager at that. And whilst I've got a little bit of control over the club, I want to put the profit into sustainable players. And I want to make sure we pick the best for the club. As Pearson says, boss, you know I've always been loyal to this club. So if you feel that's best, you do you. Glad he sees where I'm coming from. As yes, let's go and get a striker. Let's not dwell no more, because we've got to get a few players in today. And I want to find a player that's got similar stats to Undav and Mex Mirdink of Fortuna Sittard. Or Sittard, he should only cost around 30 million. And I know that's a lot for a backup, but he's very good and quite young. So I'm going to offer 30 million. I don't care about that extra million. And they want Ewan Summers, who I don't want to swap out. Sorry, Fortuna, you're definitely not getting Ewan, as 31.8, I deem that acceptable. As here he is into the club, I just want to show him in the squad hub, because he's so similar to Undav. He's got strength, shooting, and a left foot. So he's going to sit on the bench, and I am very happy with that. But what do the fans think? One's turned to Twitter to say very optimistic, and another, well, doubts his UCL quality. I get that because he's obviously never played in it before, but we've got 64 million still left to spend. But my next thoughts are not immediately signing a player, but looking if any other clubs want to sign ours. As being in the Champions League should allow us to make better signings, but also other clubs will like our players that have played well. As a very good offer for Doug Thorne, and I know he's aging, but I am going to keep him here. He's been here since day one. And Marriott's been good. They've offered a good player as well in that deal, but he's still 23, and I want around 30 million for him. Driving a hard bargain, I know. As Summers, again, 26 million maybe, but I just don't want to get rid of him. Then again, them two I've rejected are probably the signings that we do need. I do want to strengthen up this bench, but we also need a fullback. Chowdhury not good enough. He's 31 years old. I'm going to let him run out of contract. But then I'm looking at our youngsters. Carlos Neves and also Ibrahim Bell. Also Ken's 21 years old. Brilliant on the bench. As can any of these actually play right back? Carlos Neves can, but he's a left footer. I don't get it. I mean, I'll train him there, and I'd love for him to actually be our bench right back, give him the shot he deserves, and loan out a few others. The likes of Shield and Rossi, who hasn't worked just yet. Also Morris. And then this Maniaki Gomez. Not doing an academy. Or do we do an academy? Let's do an academy. We've got to do an academy. Did I mention academy? I'm joking. I'm going to stop now, as we're going to send our first scout. Let's look for a centre mid. That man in England. As the next one, I'm going to Egypt. I've never scouted in Africa before, and I'm going to look for a right wing. Think you know what I'm after there. As the last one, Argentina, a playmaker. Yep, I am looking for Messi and Salah. As have we gone and found them? No, but a decent keeper is better than Shepherd we've got. Adrian Garcia. So I'll go and promote him, and then Cesar Guerrero. It's a better looking academy. It's just come too late into the save. But I'll loan list them all. Guerrero could do with a position swap, and we could do with another signing. So let's go and look for one. As with our money being spread around, I am looking for bargains, and a 79 rated right back, Ethan Laird. I know about Neves, but he's in his last year of contract, so he'd be around 10 million or just above 10 million. I That's a big player to get for that money. And we do need more fullbacks. Let Casado move into the midfield permanently, so we'll offer 13 million. Accepted. Brilliant. Just what we wanted to hear. We're going to get Ethan Laird. We should get him for very cheap. What a steal, man. And what a back of a kit. Did you see that when he held it up, Laird? And then the Docks Tower beneath it. I do love that kit, and that's a brilliant deal. Love the player, and I do want to play more games today because of the Champions League. As how do we start the season? We've got Leicester and then Tottenham, who we did beat in the Cup, and around that middle week is when our Champions League journey should be announced, and I definitely want to get onto that today, so let's get a move on. Very strong bench now, and plus still 50 million, and I'm thinking just go away from bench and just go back to the first team. Where could we add a centre-back? Matty and Farm. They're both, I believe, 29, knocking on the door of 30. As am I correct? Yeah, Matty Wolf, approached by Sociedad. I definitely won't be selling him. And Doug Tharm, the same age. So yeah, centre-back, I think. And actually, our new coach in charge, or our interim coach, used to be a centre-back. Pearson, it's time I actually do call upon your wisdom, as I want another centre-back and I want your input. Where can we strengthen? Because I know we've got two loyal lads who I don't want to upset, but I also want more quality. As he says, boss, I think the best bet is to sign from another Champs League club. Because if you go and do that, it gives them a bit of understanding. If you're signing from a good team, they will understand they're a good player and probably still be upset, but not as upset as an upcoming one. And that's probably sound advice. So yes, them two are aging, but maybe we don't go for a young player, but an experienced one to add to them. Make them not, feel too replaced. And Liverpool, where Adam Lallana just went to, have plenty, and I mean plenty of good centre-backs. A lot of old boys, and I'm looking at Gabriel. Take an old player off their books, bring in a Brazilian, and of course we've got Neves training as right back. He could go alongside him. And also, like bloody every player I sign, he's in his last year of contract, so 40 million should be good enough. And yes, that's accepted, as why is Klopp in that office? Get out! Adam Lallana is in charge of Liverpool. Don't stand where he stands, as Harley Shield is going to be standing on the outside of the Grimsby door going to Royal Antwerp. Good luck to the man, as our Spanish goalkeeper Adrian Garcia to Preston. Good luck to him as well. Decided to keep Shepherd here as backup, as Andrea Rossi goes to Bristol City, who we're striking up a link with. Bit of a feeder club, if you ask me, as Iñaki, Orlando City, 12 months, that's our fourth youth player out. But a player coming in. Gabriel is here, and I welcome him to Grimsby. What a big signing. Veteran of a player, and I'm not going to speak to the current centre-backs, I don't want to put them off. And what a signing. We needed Champions League quality, as he is left-footed, so it's Tharm out the team, but he will remain the club captain, as that's how Grimsby looks. Absolutely unbelievable. I cannot believe we've got here, but now there's a condition. Players on the bench, even in the reserves, they're all accounted for, and we've got a buy to sell. We can't afford anyone. 4 million left. It's enough for them current contracts that are expiring if those players do play well when given opportunities. Such as Carlos Neves, who's going to be a right back. No increase, which I thought he'd get, but still a viable option. He'll play there more regularly as Chowdhury. I'm probably going to transfer list him because I don't see him as an option at all. Plenty of centre-back options as well. Only one left-back at the club, but I guess our right-back's, well, Laird and Neves can play left-back. But for now, he's in the reserves, and I will make him first reserve, as that is the team, and the graphics have now changed as we begin our Premier League season with Leicester City first, and I am going to play them, as then afterwards I'm going to take the risk of simming Spurs, simming Newcastle, Everton, and then seeing our champs group. As here we are at the King Power, a brilliant first occasion. Leicester City in our claret and blue kit. I like it very pristine, like a burgundy red carpet. And I know that's two colours, but just let it work, I beg. As Gelderd got the tackle in, and now Dewsbury Hall into Pizarro, who remains our starting striker, but has pressure of Meerdink, who can come on as Schmidt around the corner, and Pizarro to keep on running. Has he got anybody at the back post? He does, Dewsbury Hall, and it's in the back of the net. It's the ex-Leicester man who has taken the captain's armband. And how has that got in? I have no idea how, but it's a cross over the top and dinks under the keeper. What a bit of play, and what a little goal. Very lucky. We're absolutely all over Leicester. We usually struggle in our first game, but we're not struggling at the King Power. It's Casado into Pizarro. It falls to Alex Scott, and it's 2-0. Our ex-Bristol City wonder kid. We're trying to get the best out of him. He scores on opening day. Will this be another Champions League season for the Mariners, or will it be even better? Because that is a class finish. Or are Leicester just really bad? Because we've not seen anything going forward from them apart from Gelderd making a tackle. Dewsbury Hall, not a bad effort as well, as Ilias, he's away from Schmidt, who's been a little bit rusty, but still an incredible player. As did you see that recovery? Excellent, as he almost got to Nonto, but the halftime whistle goes. Very proud of our Mariners. And I'm thinking rotation's going to be huge this upcoming season, and with Tottenham next, I'm going to take Dewsbury Hall out, as he had no sharpness and all, as now Wolf into Gelderd. Can we get that ball through the gap? What gap are we even looking for? Terrible, but still, they're my high standards going into it, as I think Schmidt's going to get booked in a minute, so I might actually put Laird on. He dived into a tackle, as still, maybe a chance. Casado dribbling with the ball. We're just holding on to it a little bit too long, but that is a brilliant ball. Pizarro, not the same though. Maybe Meerdink comes on. In fact, I'm going to make that change. As could it be an instant impact? I don't know where Meerdink is, but he should have come onto the field, as we did just win a free kick. Alex Scott jumping towards it. Casado jumping onto it, as that's a ball around the corner. Savage went for the big one, but Casado, a brilliant ball into McAtee, and now Savage across the goal, and it's a first touch goal for Meerdink. He's off the bench and straight amongst the numbers. Ethan Laird on his back. What an impact from those two. Maybe Laird the lesser, but what a ball from Savage. He could have easily gone to shoot, but 3-0 Grimsby. But we just carry on as a free kick for Leicester. They're very high up. Cucurella gets stealing. Here's Meerdink on the run. The number 22's not got much pace on the 80, so he'll wait for his winger. Brilliant since he's come on. As McAtee into the middle. It's James into Casado. Casado over the top to McAtee. It's gone to the other side. And it's 4-0 to the Mariners. Will you get a better goal? I really don't know in terms of play. It's been brilliant. Just tiki-taka all over the field from Pearson's team. As he shakes hands with their manager, Stevie Cooper it should be, Jordan Pickford celebrates. And that's a glorious win. Puts us top of the league as we actually played the first game of the season. It must have been the Friday night kickoff, and I don't mind it. Give us more, please, Sky. Because they're the guys who arrange it. And look how funny this is. James McAtee from Liverpool, plus Ezekiel Palacios. Very good player and very good money, but we all know very deep down, Adam Lallana doesn't like this guy. He didn't like me signing him. And lads, remember at the start of this save when we couldn't get a fit team for love no money? This is our best team, and it's fully fit for Spurs, which I'm going to see the result of. It's a 1-0 defeat, man. Last minute as well. Pizarro missing a spot kick. Quite angry about that because the Leicester game was so good, but we move on to Newcastle next, who do have a point extra than us. Don't lose it, lads. Don't lose it. As, yes, a 2-1 win. Casado and James McAtee, I believe that is. And yes, it was James. I can check this way, I've been told, because John had an injury and I actually did take him out of the team for this one. But don't worry, he's straight back in, and he's still a little bit unfit, but the whole team is before Everton. Farm 84, Savage 84. Our bench play's getting better as Everton. Come on, can we beat the Toffees? Come on, only a draw. Beto and Pizarro with the opening goal, but still we lost the lead at home dominating the fixture. Fans shouldn't be happy, as yes, we are in 5th, but I'm not happy in myself. In fact, the only thing that could cheer me up is seeing our Champions League group this year, as we've got Villarreal, Frankfurt, and Dynamo Zagreb. So managerless Grimsby head to the Champions League. Or should I say ex-managerless Grimsby, as the club and myself have found a new man voted by you guys. We also saw our Champions League group, which has 3 difficult teams we're gonna have to try and beat, but hopefully our new man can do just that, as he joins Grimsby at a crucial time. As yes, you guys voted, so here he is in charge. It is Jurgen Klopp with his spectacles and hoodie. Unfortunately, we cannot remove that hat, as we'll speak to him in a minute. But there's another thing I actually want to show you before we get into this. Do you see it at the side there? We do have new kits for every other club in England, and I think outside of England, a brilliant mod to actually get. It's weird seeing a bit of red on the Leeds kit, but even weirder seeing Xerxes, the Man United player, in the Leeds United team. But on to our team, of course. And yes, I am wearing the old kit. It is very warm today, and I don't want to ruin my new one by sitting here in the heat. Speaking of things that are heating up, McAtee's rating, as you voted him Player of the Year 2 years running, which seems like it's getting unfair, but he is 30-year-old. So he might not do as well this season. But let's not kid ourselves. It's McAtee, as his stats looking amazing. And we've added the first touch play style. I thought that would be a bit more fitting. He's got a shooting one, a crossing one, and of course a dribbling one, I guess. It counts as dribbling, and I think that's solid for him. As if you missed last episode, we sit in 3rd position, actually below Leeds United. Joshua Xerxes leads, of course. 5 points off Manchester, though. We've had 1 draw and 1 defeat, but our Champions League group is what is stealing our own headlines, as we are in Group G. Group G, hopefully for Grimsby, with Villarreal, Frankfurt, and Dynamo Zagreb of Croatia, who are all good teams in their respective countries, but put them all into one group, I think we should be favourite, especially with an 88 rated now. As I think the first thing to do is visit our new manager. I'm going to ignore the hats. I think it's just a bit sentimental to him. Jurgen, welcome to Grimsby. Hope it is a long and successful stint. You took over an ex-player who I'm guess learned most from you, and I want to learn more. What do you think we should get this season? Champions League again? Maybe aim a little bit lower? He says thank you for the chance, and I will stop you right there. If you think Adam was optimistic, I'm going to try and be even more. We shouldn't settle for anything apart from Champions League football. And why not go for the league? I mean, we do have the players for it. Sure, we have no Haaland, though. I mean, we are missing that big player. But how do you think we win the league? I'm very curious now. Well, I'm happy with the squad as it is, but I want to implement my own style. No more counter, no more tiki-taka. We are going gegenpressing. It's what I've taught at Liverpool and what I learnt at Dortmund. So I'm going to stick by that, and I think if you stick by me, this style of play could not only get us competing, but give us a big chance at getting out of the Champions League group. Hey, and that's all I want. As he's saying this team's really good, I mean, it is brilliant. No one is below the rating of 84. But is it world beating? That's my question. And no. Is it England beating, should I say even? No. There's better teams out there. But I do like his optimism, as gegenpressing was already set. I mean, Adam Lallana might have switched it, or I might have switched it before, I don't know. But that is what we're going for, as coaches look very weak. So I am going to clean these up before we go and see our games today. Spreading them coaches around a little, as this is the calendar. Now, you know I want to play Frankfurt. We've got to give the UCL a go. Then the month after that, maybe Chelsea or Leeds. I mean, Leeds United higher in the table, and I do want to keep flying through this. Maybe reach the end of December. I don't know. I don't think we do, but we'll just keep going anyway. Jurgen Klopp is here and I'm excited, as his first game is Forest, and I think he should be beating them. It's a full-strength team with the Champions League midweek, but a 4-0 win at the City ground for Jurgen. Very optimistic now. Just look at the goal scorers all spread out. And that's our second 4-0 of the season already, as there's only one tired player. It's our Champions League veteran, Gabriel the Brazilian, who we did sign last episode. He's going to stay in the team over Tham. Or does Tham actually get in? I mean, we could just change it for changing's sake. Wolf, give him a bit of a rest. He played in the Premier League, so Tham in the Champions League. As this is it now, lads. Champions League football. We're at the pinnacle. Absolutely, but we've still got to win trophies here. Don't want to get to the top and then just use it as a bragging right for being decent like England in real life. We've got to prove ourselves with trophies. As let's get at them. Come on, it is Scott into Dewsbury Hall. Anderson on their team. Beltran. Manu Kone. Look at the gap. Where's Tham? Tham's just been put in the team. He's let us down big time. They're around Gabriel. Almost a disaster as Casado. Let's just get on with it though, shall we? Gellert running through. Do we try and chip that over the top? John McAtee has got the whipped cross. Pizarro on target. As Elliot Anderson again. I mean, we played his former club in Forest just then, and now Manu Kone. Oh my days, they've got a decent midfield. And attackers, Routers up there. Also, Coleman has get this ball. Tham finally does a decent pass. And Pizarro just turn out, run away. John McAtee needs to make a move as we're going to backheel that with Dewsbury Hall. Gellert, he's beaten Ignacio. Can he just put the cross in? It's the near post. A beautiful block, and now they've gone and cleared it. We are getting the better chances, but half chances, I'd say. Not even real ones, as this is good football. Casado, McAtee, Schmidt, the left wing back. Or left back. I mean, he plays that far forward. I think he's a wing back as we're into the second half now. Casado jukes his man. Brilliant feat from the ex-La Academy man. That's a foul off the ball as well. And a bad one on Pizarro. Give a red, referee. Give a red. Only a yellow. Come on. Like Bade? They seriously have a good defense, as now we've given it to Doug Tham. Tham to try one. Seriously bad stuff, as now Gelter on an attack right here. It's a ball over to Charlie Savage. Another one of the substitutes. Meerdink spins away. Referee, that's got to be a penalty. Nothing even given. I hope Meerdink's got back on his feet, as that's the final whistle as well. The game ends in a draw. As Jurgen looking frustrated, and probably more so by the question, saying, does that feel like a loss with how strong your team is on paper? And he fumes at it. Well, what do you want me to do? That's our team, and we should have done better, but it's not a loss. It's a draw. You can try and throw me under the bus like you tried to do at Liverpool sometimes. We've got a very busy schedule. Yes, it's got to be said. As I used to hate it when he always said that. In charge of Liverpool, everybody's got the same schedule, but that's actually a lot tighter. And in fact, it's even worse when you're getting injuries. A bruised elbow for Max Meerdink. That's a week, basically, so he's out for our Bournemouth trip. As we've no striker on the bench, and these hammered us last time, but this time round, a 2-0 win. And we're going to try and follow it up, but we've heavily rotated. But still, that team on paper should be beating Swindon Town in League 2. Hoping for a victory as, 3-0. It's not that we're just winning. We are keeping solid clean sheets. As I know for a fact, though, as soon as I've said it, we won't in the next game, as it's a draw to Fulham. Just my luck, eh? But still, doing very well in the Premier League above Liverpool. Lallana is below his ex-team. And for a Jurgen Klopp team, I'm so impressed with the defending, as that is our group so far. Zagreb beat Villarreal. Makes me think we've actually got to go ahead and beat Zagreb. But what do the fans think? Where do they think we will finish? One's going to say Jurgen Klopp will flop. Then another one, we will do well. But then another very pessimistic one. Not really liking it. 2 of the 3 negative, as can we beat Villarreal? A draw again in the Champs League. Not losing in the big time is a good thing, and Charlie Savage scoring, but, of course, no wins means less points. And it's actually making me think we do have to sim another game today, but Chelsea joint on points, 14 apiece. And this is the team we're going to use, because yes, we're going to play it. No way we neglect the Prem, as Jurgen Klopp thinks we can win it. Gotta beat the best to be the best, as the new Chelsea kit looks fabulous to me. McAtee across the box. 1-0 already in this game. Pizarro, where he finished off, lifts off again, celebrating with the McAtee brothers. Madness at home. Fantastic start. Sarmiento tackled by John McAtee. And no, you can't give a foul. In fact, is that a penalty? Yeah, referee, definitely. I mean, that is never a spot kick, and we haven't saved it at all. What did he just give it for? Weird move that as John McAtee, edge of the box. Casado can shoot. And is that not a handball from them? Apparently not, according to the referee, but our chances still do flow. Dewsbury Hall, McAtee, if you can find Pizarro through that gap. He's going to come to the left-hand side, a ball through as well to James McAtee, should have scored. Still, never back down, never give up, as that is a brilliant save. Jordan Pickford, Retagui making us mad. So we have put it out for a corner, and our attack right here. This could be the winner if we just play this correctly. McAtee into Pizarro, finds the other McAtee. He's juked his defender, got his shot off, and it's 2-1 Grimsby. We should be beating Chelsea. Fantastic finish, and the referee blows the whistle, which means Jurgen Klopp has kept winning in the Premier League. As we are second now only to an unbeaten Manchester United above Liverpool, City, Chelsea by a clear 3 points as we go straight into Leeds and a Champions League game after this. Still, it's our strongest squad, and still, it is 3 points. We are genuinely rocking the world as it stands, but not in the Champions League, where most of the world actually see us flourish. Still, I am going to gamble, and I'm going to sim the game. We're very much in danger now. A 1-1 draw with Zagreb. Or Zagreb, is it? I think so. As Liverpool are up next. Lallana versus Klopp. Very, very exciting. This is a broadcasted game. Sky Sports will be all over it, as we have one Manager of the Month. Or Jurgen's won Manager of the Month. And it looks like he's getting congratulated off one of the players. That's James McAtee, that, who hasn't been at the races. Boss, congratulations on your Manager of the Month award, I guess. I'm getting that out of the way before I tell you how I really feel. I love my brother enormously, but in this system we are playing, he gets all of the ball and I get nothing on the left-hand side. Just like you had Salah in your Liverpool team, that's my brother. And I'm the Sadio Mane, who's seeing none of the action, in fact. Can you change the system so I actually get to play myself and show my true quality, because I'm getting a little fed up. And I mean, it is showing. He's one of the unhappy players in the starting 11, which isn't good. Still, he's happy as Marriott, who also isn't very happy. But Liverpool, we win. We beat Adam Lallana, and which McAtee scores it? Number 7, that is James. James McAtee scored, so hey, maybe the system's fixed. I'm actually going to check the tactics. Yeah, and he's told McAtee now to stay forward and cut inside. Is that the difference? Because I don't think it was that before. I think it may have been. Oh, and out of the cup. Right, we're doing well in everything. I can't really say that matters. All breaks my heart too much, as Arsenal, we hammer 4-1 against the Gunners, and we might be top of the league here. Still, focus off of the Premier League, as this is Zagreb. We're at home as well after our draw. We do desperately need a win. Can't be drawing all our games. I think we're third in the group as it stands. Dewsbury Hall on a spin. Sultalo, what a defender he is. Brilliant on the ball, as this is a switch across like last time. We did score from this against Chelsea, and it's in from James McAtee. He wanted more chances. He's showing himself off to the crowd. Mane has joined in. Oh, sorry, McAtee has joined in. Fantastic finish, but still the game far from over. A chance for them. Pickford had to save it, and I still don't feel comfortable. I definitely want a second goal. Scott turning away into McAtee to run through the middle. Pizarro making a brilliant move. Pizarro through on goal. Keeper stood. No chance. 0 chance. 3 points in the Grimsby bag, as that is all that was wrote for this game, especially, and with 6 points, we should be close to qualifying. As look at that group. Seriously, look. We're unbeaten. 6 points puts us top, but still, if we lose the last game against Villarreal, we could be going home. Not even into the Europa League, as speaking of at home, in England, we're top of the league, with the ambition to stay there. But Manchester City, I mean, we had to simulate the game. We can't play too many today. As you count your bottom dollar, I'm playing that final game. I thought Villarreal was the final game, but we do have to go Frankfurt again, as I actually am going to weaken my team before we go ahead and play Wolves. But one of those players I wanted to play. Doug Tharms broke his tibia at the age of 30 as well, and 84 rated. I don't know if he comes back from that, which is a huge shame. And a draw against Wolves, even bloody worse. But hey, it's Champions League time. Max, you can't play 3 games. Well, I am in the Champions League because I wanted to get into this, and we're finally in the competition. Will we win it? Probably not, but still we'll give it a big go, and as long as we're in it, we can win it. As James got the overlap, it's Scott. A ball in the middle, if he can reach the striker. Could have been quite decent as a ball over the top to Pizarro. We've scored from this position every single game today. We'll pass this one inside. What a save from Valles. Surely can't repeat it with a McAtee corner, though, as he's going to put it near post. A header from his brother. So they can play together as, hang on, an attack here. Villarreal are through. It's wide. Nicholas Jackson leaves the game at a stalemate. We could have easily lost that game, and Jurgen would have been very, very red in the face. We cannot go out, and I think it goes to the final game, which is annoying, but can we make it better by winning in the Premier League? Nice win against Palace, and a nice win against Coventry. As can we round it up? Yes! Against Aston Villa. And just like that, 9 points and 2 points top of the league. United have fallen off. It's now City actually chasing us, as we chase Zagreb, who are top spot in the group. After 4 draws, we need to beat Frankfurt. We cannot lose this game. Come on, lads, please. We've got a little bit of fatigue, and we do finally win in a simulation. As the next game we have, though, Real Madrid will face Grimsby Town. So I bought Grimsby Town Football Club with the ambition to make it the best in the world. And appointing Jurgen Klopp is a big milestone for us. And also drawing Real Madrid. I guess that's a good step forward, as we face one of football's biggest teams after winning our group. 0 games lost. Brilliant from Jurgen, but that's not the only thing, as we also top the Premier League table. As yes, ladies and gents, this is a huge day. It can go one way or the other. We can start losing and get upset, or we could somehow beat Real Madrid, beat the kings of the Champions League, and maybe go on to win it ourselves. But is that really going to happen? No. And we've got the Premier League, which I showed you we were top of. A lot of fatigue in the squad as well. Okay, a bit of an abrupt start, as we've got some contracts. Marc Casado. Oh my days, we can't let his deal expire. I actually regret not signing him up last episode, as that is a deal. Shake Jurgen's big hand. Fantastico, as everybody else but 2 players has been signed up, because Thompson and the big shock Marriott will not sign a new deal. He's a youth player that's come through the club. He hasn't played enough games. I guess that's the reason why. As in fact, how many exactly? Well, only 8 games to be fair, so that's not many off the bench. But he has played more than Ewan Summers, who will still be on the bench, because yes, we've got a rest after this game, so I can sim West Ham, and we do pick up the points. Savage actually scoring. That is a big deal for him as well, as we're going to sim a few days on. We're almost at January. I thought we'd reach it right there, but no. But we're getting bids in, as Roman Morris, I wouldn't mind a loan to Sunderland, or Coventry as Guerrero. I will just accept the same. But Summers, I do want to keep him here. No interest in selling, so I'm going to reject both offers. I actually don't know if we do any business. Of course we probably will, but only 2 million after contracts. I believe it was 5 straight away, and I am going to ask Jurgen. Gaffer, what do you think about another signing in this window? I'd like to know a little bit earlier because we don't really have the funds at the moment. And he says he's confused, he's conflicted because of the squad. I don't want to sell anybody, but I know we'd have to sell to buy. I think we should just watch offers, see what comes in for our players. And I am going to agree with him. I think that's the best option. A plan, if I've ever heard one, as we need to plan a victory here. We're going to Old Trafford in a little Champions League break. Don't worry, Madrid's today, as we've got to beat Manchester United in the meantime. It's McAllister. What a betrayal that is. Jurgen Klopp against the man. He did just sign for Liverpool, as Leon's dribbling in, and Højlund wide. Terrible miss from the Danishman, but United, they're not in the top 4, but they are playing decently. Unless they're bad defensively, because it's our first attack with a counter, a pass inside, Casado. That's on to Alex Scott, a little jink inside, and now it's going to be Pizarro who's scoring all our goals. He scores against United at the Stretford end, and that is a misery compiler. They look like they'll score, and we score on the counter. Fan Dabby Dozy, and guess what? It gets better because a penalty for McAtee here in this second half. The number 13, top bins, and my days, we love it at Old Trafford. McAtee, get in there. His brother will love it more, though, being an ex-Man City prospect, as Scott with a free kick. Not the best one we've ever taken, but another one right here, and Charlie Savage is an ex-player, and he's going to go in for the lunge. Oh, my days. Have they given a penalty for that? One was near the halfway line, and Højlund does score. I don't know if they've got time left. As no, the whistle goes. A huge win for the Mariners as we beat Manchester United 2-1. A very good game, which actually gives us a 4-point cushion over Manchester City, the neighbours of the team we've played. As where are Man United? They are 7th in the league. Oh my days. I mean, Lallana, he's climbing the table with Liverpool. As it's good to see him do well, as long as he's behind us in the league, as Brighton were brilliant last season, not this. And Coventry, well, I know we've got a tired side out, but they've got 7 points all season, and we hammer them away from home. As the good times keep on flowing, but this is a weird move. Charlie Savage, ex-United, but wanted by Lallana. That is actually interesting. I don't want to sell him, of course, but maybe for old time's sake, we get to speak to Lallana, or it will be Jurgen talking to Adam. Now, this is a weird sight. Of course, they went against each other. Love that they're back together, though. Adam, I see you want to sign Charlie Savage, a loyal player under yourself, and a bench player for us. Well, yes, I think he was brilliant, and there's no shame that I want him. I don't want to bury Grimsby, but I do want my old player back. So let's call it 70 million and be done with all the hassle, as he will want a bigger club. Come on, Liverpool, you know how big it is. But Jurgen says, hang on, Liverpool bigger? I get the sentiment in that, but I am now Grimsby Town manager, and as your ex-boss, I do not like the way you're framing it, so I think we'll leave this here. Charlie doesn't want to move anyway. Jurgen with the loyalty, but still, it's not great because Savage is unhappy. Do we have to speak to him himself? Well, we will give it a go. Get him into Jurgen's office. Charlie, I see your frustrations. I get you're on the bench most times, but you're not actually frustrated that I blocked the Liverpool move, are you? He says, boss, I have my allegiances to Man United. I support them, but Adam Lallana as a manager, he just improved me big time. I don't want to leave the club. I know there's great players in midfield, but either give me my shot, please, or just accept the next bid from Liverpool. Adam was a great manager and just an all-round great guy, so I wouldn't mind working with him, and I was actually sad when he left. Bit of a sticky one. I don't think he knows what he wants to do, as Marriott knows what he wants to do. He leaves his boyhood club, going to Torino on a free, and I'm as angry as you guys because I thought he'd sign up, but obviously he didn't. Thought he would be loyal, but obviously the game times disturbed him, as the FA Cup for us, I don't want a bloody replay, as we've got to travel to London now. But before that, Everton. Dwight McNeil's brace gives us a 3-2 loss, so now the Premier League is falling. Some of the players are crumbling, and all of a sudden I'm feeling just a little bit less confident. We're out of the FA Cup. Spurs beat us in the replay, and in the Premier League table, City are catching up. As Klopp's called a meeting saying, boss, we need to do something. This is getting out of control, and we need another player in. Jurgen, no offense, but you said we were okay. Then a homegrown lad goes and leaves, and Charlie Savage says he's unhappy. You're putting us into a mess here. I can sense it. So respectfully, Jurgen, we've no money. Get on with the league. Hope that wasn't too harsh, as we do respond with a win though, so maybe my words have sunk in. 2-0, McAtee scoring, taking the older brother to a record 11 goals, 11 assists, and the younger brother 6 goals, and his rating is flying. Or our whole team is flying, especially in the Premier League, as Spurs in the league. McAtee, 1-0 away, just what we needed, and another clean sheet at the Foxes. All fine and dandy though, until we reach the Champions League. I am going to sim this game, and you might think that's unusual, but I want to sim this away leg and then play the second leg. It adds to a bit of intensity, and the teams that I would like to draw, if we get through, definitely the winner of that top game, Zagreb or Salzburg. I'd like to play either. But of course, we've got to win to make that happen as the first leg. Right, we are going to play a goal behind. Jude Bellingham. You knew it was going to be him, as Manchester United up again. I'm gonna have to sim again, as I will play some games today, I promise you, and a loss. Højlund getting a few, maybe. McAllister with a hat-trick against Jurgen Klopp. Ouch, that hurts. Ethan Laird scoring for us, who I'm pretty sure is an ex-player, and Marriott's still here. I'm guessing till the end of the year. At least there is no pressure in getting him a bit of game time as our final simulation before Liverpool. A 3-0 whitewash of West Ham United, but Lallana against Klopp. It's already got heated as what is going to happen in this crucial game. I mean, the first highlight is in the second half. Must be a bit of a boring watch, but Casado, offside. And at least the highlights are our way. I do not want Lallana beating us, especially after he called Liverpool a bigger club than us, which is probably right, but you don't do that as an ex-manager especially. Keeping the ball well here, Scott. There's a man on the wing. It is Schmidt who's just going to put it across the goal. James McAtee. The wrong Macca to head it, as now we need to defend Nelson. Terrible football. Wolf with the block. But Liverpool get another chance. It's Mikel Merino who we almost fouled, and Merino still running. Don't know what happened there, but somehow coming away with this. Casado needs a pass across. That is a good ball into Dewsbury Hall. Now, can we get a late goal? It's McAtee if he's onside, because the trap has been holding, and that's almost towards Meerdink. Cleared away from Liverpool. And that is the end of the game. A 0-0 draw. It is not the same as United, but we go on to bigger things. As look what the next game is. Real Madrid in the Champions League. We should be top of the league still. I'm actually going to go check. 10 points clear. Now, that's more than I thought. We could realistically win the Premier League. Jurgen Klopp was right. And they may have been questioning him, fans online and the media, as even Sky News said Klopp should have walked. And I think that's just a sign of the media in England trying to throw managers under the bus. As Real Madrid coming in the away kit. Oh no, the home kit, the new one, of course. And Theo Hernandez, they've got a very solid team. Bellingham is on the field. And I can only imagine what Sky will have to say about Jurgen Klopp, who's 10 points top of the Premier League with Grimsby Town. But they hate him, it seems, as McAtee with a ball in there and Scott to Courtois. Decent start, though, from the Mariners. And more of that, lads, please, as Dewsbury Hall steps away right here into Gabriel. Gabriel Looks down the line into Schmidt. Playing very well here, using the home stadium to her advantage. McAtee round the corner. Gelled her to strike it. Completely the wrong move. And now they will attack us. Vinicius Jr. playing against Grimsby. And now Jude Bellingham. It is Marvin. Come on. A good foot in from Schmidt. But just a difficult game. You can sense it as Pizarro. Oh my days. A bit of a scruffy game. And now Theo Hernandez. Jude Bellingham. No. Free kick to Real. Fede Valverde, I believe that is. Szoboszlai hits the crossbar with that. Oh my days. How did it hit that? Crazy, but Scott, he's going to try and go himself right here down the right-hand side. No support. Alex Scott cuts inside. Waits for the overlap of Gellert as he has done it very well. Pizarro was waiting in the middle. Headed down into Casado, who's of course ex-Barcelona and will really want to beat Madrid, but Theo Hernandez playing well. It is Hernandez through on goal. Pickford's turn to save as this game is absolutely rapid. Please, referee, just blow the whistle for half-time. Will you please? As there we go. It finally got blown and now we need to go. We've got 45 minutes. Not long, and we do need a goal, or else we're going home. But it's Real Madrid just on the attacks. There is a clear option there. Szoboszlai has missed it. He's having a hard time today as Dewsbury Hall round the corner. Now Geltert switches across. That needed to go higher up to the left. Still, though, Casado, of course, is being booked. His ex-Barca, and that is a good ball. Courtois with a punch away, and Schmidt headers it down to Casado. Dewsbury Hall needs the option. Free kick, referee, please. As I think we are offside, but maybe not. It's Pizarro through the middle, and the game is leveled up. It is a brilliant little goal, and we never stopped the movement. The Chilean striker, it's chips all around. Did someone order a plate of chips? I mean, Courtois didn't. Fired into the bottom bins, and we've got a game on in the Champions League. 2-2 against Madrid with Grimsby bloody Town. The Jurgen Klopp effect is now Schmidt. Let's go for it again, but no, he's run straight into danger. Gabriel, where is the pace? Gabriel's got no pace. Vinny Jr., the Brazilian, the teammate of Gabriel. I don't believe it. Vinicius Jr. and Gabriel just let up. He didn't do well at all. Pickford should save it. And I think that might be wraps, you know. We've worked so hard for this game. Come on, chase Theo Hernandez. They're just faster than us. What do I really expect? I mean, I expect an equaliser. Please, Jurgen Klopp, get this done. McAtee tries to slip it in, but I don't think it will happen. A corner late on in the game. McAtee! Oh, my days. Oh, my days. I don't even know what to say, as we're just going to put another corner into the box, and that's all over the place still. Can we get it back out to the corner taker? McAtee, if he's onside, he is. It's a brilliant ball, but not brilliant enough, it seems, as Lataza's gone through. Pickford making a save, but again, Eder Militao. Final thing of the game. We are out of the Champions League. Real Madrid progress. And it's just got to be a learning curve. Our first season in the big time, and we still are top of the Premier League. But that is going to hurt. It's going to hurt the McAtee brothers, hurt Jurgen Klopp, and hurt me most of all. So I became Grimsby Town owner to make the club I support the best in the world, and we've reached the Champions League. But unfortunately, our dream came to an end in that competition, beaten by Madrid 3-2 on aggregate, as Jurgen Klopp takes a few L's as Grimsby boss, being the Champions League and the fans' backing. But will that carry on for the German today, as he could change everything by winning the Premier League? Yes, people, we are still in the same position as always, going for that title, and we have 10 games left. And these are the games you have. We know we can win it at any moment. Leeds and Chelsea. Chelsea away at the Bridge this month, which isn't going to be easy. But then the month after, if we drop points, if we don't win the league of that month, I'm going to be angry. As then in the final month, Manchester City themselves at the Etihad, and then Arsenal it is going to be a toughie. And this is how the team is looking. You can see a very fatigued one, but we have just left the Champions League. We put everything into that one, and we have got very good players giving their all at the moment, including Damian Pizarro, who is now 90 rated. And I don't know why I'm surprised, because he's second top goal scorer, McAtee on the list, but the top is Hoyland, which luckily this month we don't have to play at all, as I am going to simulate Leeds with a very fatigued Gabriel. A 2-2 draw, which isn't the best result at all. Still, it's a 9-point gap, and we're going to hope that continues by beating Chelsea. But before that, the captain, Doug Tharm, speaks to us. He's been injured for a while, so I'm guessing it's not about playtime. Doug, how are you doing? I haven't checked up on you since the injury. Hope you're coming along well, and what have you come to speak about? He says, boss, well, thanks for asking. I think my recovery is coming on. Don't think I'll be back this season, which is a shame with how the league's going, but I'm here to speak on behalf of teammate Meerdink. He says he doesn't want to play anymore because he's not getting the minutes at the club. He either wants a loan next season or he wants to go permanently, and he wanted me to speak to you as he doesn't speak fluent English. Fair enough, fair enough. I didn't think you would be scared of Jurgen as we straight into Chelsea after the chat, and it's McAtee looking for a shot off. Not a bad effort at all. And I have chose to play this game because Chelsea are in fourth. Thiago Almada sneaking in behind the defence. Pickford to whack it away as they got very close to the goal. But here comes James McAtee, being warned about his left foot being the better foot, and him on the left as McAtee into McAtee, and McAtee to try and hit it. Close but not a goal, as now Almada, the dominant man for Chelsea, who we should always beat, as we have been beating them a lot lately. But again, a chance for them, but then Pizarro on a run forward. If he can beat the defender right here, it's Damian who's going through, slipping over his own feet, but in a very end-to-end game, it is another draw right here because the game's just called to a halt early. Hopefully not too much of an issue. Of course, Chelsea a good team, and we are back to winning ways. It's John McAtee with both goals against Fulham, so a crucial 3 points as I'm checking the league again. We'll be doing this a lot as it is 10 points clear, and it's actually Chelsea in second now, so a good job we took points off them. Actually, a draw wasn't that bad because if we lost the game, it would have been 8 points clear, and I would have had a squeaky bottom. Probably too much information, as also Thompson. He's gone to Atlanta on a free transfer. Wanted out a while, and we have got better players. Andre Rossi, 17 at Bristol City, 70 rated. Morris is 71, doing very well at Coventry. Gomez not too well, although at his loan at Orlando. But then, two good ones. Ibrahim Bell and also Cesar Guerrero. He's gone up plus 13. And I don't know how that's happened, but still, I think it's 24 points to play for. And we've dropped 2 more. Bloody Bournemouth. You are joking me. As now the gap, well, is still at 9 points. But fans, again, I don't know what they have against Jurgen, as they all just say he doesn't seem the right man for Grimsby. I mean, there's a bit of positivity, but that's from the minority, as even the main outlets now are just talking about him too much. It has to stop. And I mean, he can make it stop by picking up some big wins. 4-1 over Nottingham Forest. And now the league is in sight. After we sim Nottingham Forest, if we do pick up a win, it is very, very close to ours. It will take a big bottle, but Jurgen wants to speak to Jordan Pickford, who's the captain, whilst Doug Tharm is injured. Jordan, thanks for seeing me. I want to speak on the next game, and then the next game, and the next game. We can't pile pressure on, because we can win this league at any given moment. I want to make sure you in particular are in the right mindset. Professionalism's what we need. No joking, no time wasting. Of course, it's not our style, and we're not going to make it now. He says, boss, come on, I do like to play into that a little bit, but I understand the sentiment. We do need to win this title. Telling Pickford to behave is like talking to a toddler, as oh, that's not very nice. 3-1 to Palace. If Chelsea have won, now we're under a bit of pressure. I mean, yes, the gap will still be big, but when Chelsea are hammering Brighton 7-0, we know this league fight is still on, and we've got to uphold this. 11 points to play for with Manchester City next. This could be big, because if we lose, they're in the race. Really crucial we win, as we do have our main team, and even Casado's 88, but yeah, this is what is fielded. And I believe if we don't win, Chelsea can get a lot closer, and Manchester City did beat us in a final last year. And I'm pretty ashamed we actually didn't reach the final this year, as Pizarro, early goal, he's through with Ederson, and Ederson can't save it. 1-0 at the Etihad. If Chelsea get the pressure on them, we can win the Premier League. Steals it off a defender and just has to run through Ederson. I don't know what he's doing. That is pathetic. Looked a little bit hopeless. Ederson, go and retire, mate. You're ancient right now, as don't let City back into it. They have the potential to do so, and Schmidt, you've got to match your man. Enzo Fernandez, that was a risky dive in, but it has worked. And now McAtee, of course, against his former club. If he can find his brother... That's a terrible pass. Could have released us right there, as no. Fernandez releases Haaland. Matty Wolf. What a challenge. He's been here ages, but City, it's a good job we got an early goal because they've put us under pressure. Gabriel didn't connect. Pickford with the save, and he's not doing any stupid stuff, and that can't be a penalty. The tackle was off the field. What will get given here? Because yes, the tackle's off the field. Is it a penalty? Yes. Chuffy now, referee. Giving the ball to Haaland. It's an easy goal. Even dived the right way, and Pickford stood no chance. Not only bad for us, but I believe he was alongside Højlund trying to stop our main man, Pizarro, winning the golden boot. As what are they trying here? They're actually playing slower than usual. Pep Guardiola killing football even more. As Ferran Torres... into Erling Haaland, ball in the middle, and Pickford's had a howler, an absolute howler. Jordan, what are you doing? That is absolutely terrible. Let's have another look. Yep, that's why we spoke to him. Needs to cut that stuff out as Gabriel. Oh my days. Oh, thank you, referee. I mean, he's probably stopped a third goal there. When we're relying on the halftime whistle, it shows how bad we are. Matty Wolf left for dead, and Pickford does redeem a little bit. Maybe it's a little late, but maybe Meerdink needs his chances now. McAtee running through. John McAtee, if he can get a ball in, it's a good cross into the box. Pizarro with the header. Good save by Ederson, but still will take this corner short. Edge of the box, Casado turns inside. John McAtee. Oh my days. Diaz. How is he still at City? How have they kept all the best players still? We recycle the ball, and Matty Wolf into Phil Foden. Matty Wolf struggling in the second half. Went and chased the ball as well, dragging himself out of position, and Haaland strikes. 3-0. The Citizens having us on completely, and now Gabriel in a foot race with Erling Haaland. Oh my days, he almost won it, and we did get covering, but still not much at all. And Gabriel, oh my days, that's probably game now. 4-1, and Haaland's got a hat-trick. I really feel bad for Pizarro, but not for Gabriel. Seriously, what is that defending? He's played for Arsenal before. He should be used to playing City. Signs of age in that performance, as signs of stalling. You can see Manchester City, they've actually lost the same amount of games as us. And Liverpool's lost less, so Adam Lallana's got his tactics across, but not too good enough, because we are top of the tree still. But can we stay there? We're going to simulate Arsenal, because I feel the games after that are a lot more important. What a big win, because City as well, they're on 68 points. But you know what that means? If we win the next game against Brighton, we win the Premier League title. And I'm sorry for being on these menus so long, but I am not sorry for telling our manager to speak to Pizarro, because his golden boot's up for grabs. and he does have 3 games left to claim it. Pizarro, as you can see, of course, we don't blame our teammates here, but Haaland got a hat-trick, and that is hindering you. I want you scoring this golden boot as well as us winning a trophy, so why not score a bucket load and win us this title? Shame we're not at home, of course, and we haven't won this game just yet. Farm, I want to get off the bench because I want to see him lift the trophy. Again, if we go and do it, as we need to get the ball very quickly again. We scored from a counter on City, but they're going to get their first attack off. Well in Jordan Pickford, but then again, did he have to come that far out of his goal? As now it falls to Walter. Get a tackle in or just block the shot off, please. Igor, if we could rob the ball here, which we do. Dewsbury Hall. Look at that pass through to Pizarro. No wonder they ship goals to Chelsea for fun because they've left no defenders. Scott puts it in, and as it stands, this man, the newest recruit, will send Grimsby to the Premier League title. As no need for a replay. We all know how that just went in on the counter-attack as McAtee. Of course, we're looking for more. Slowing down at the box, which, of course, Pizarro didn't do as Casado. Oh, my days. We just had to get that pass off there because now they attack on us and they are almost through the middle. It's Gabriel left back and I'm not very trusting of him as the ball falls to Duffers. Who the hell is Duffers? He's a good player, I'll give him that. Almost scored the equaliser. And the positions we keep on losing it are giving them a lot of counter-attacks as Duffy. This man's just playing a blinder against Schmidt. I just can't deal with him. I just had to take the little man out as the cross. Maybe I regret the tackle now. As this isn't to perfection, the scoreline 1-1. And it's actually quite bad because I do want to put Tharm on, and with how Gabriel's playing, I'm actually going to do that. Big gamble, of course, because we haven't won the league yet, but Wolf and Tharm in the defence. Midfield's off. That's absolutely woeful, but still we win it back through McAtee. A ball in towards Pizarro. Very close, and now we need the defence to work. Ribeiro taking the ball down, and Bailey. Doug Tharm, if he's fit enough, he can block the shot. But he's deemed to use his hands, it seems, as Leon Bailey with a free kick. It's over the wall, and it's in the net. Fair enough, Brighton. Fair bloody enough. They're putting up a right fight right here. Look at that for free kick perfection. As now we need to attack. Come on, we've been very lazy since our goal, and now Pizarro gets a ball, and you can see how free McAtee is on this side, fighting to keep it, and I've got no idea why he's got booked, as he moaned once they scored, as all my days it almost deflected. But nearly ain't enough, because we need to win this game, really, because City will put the pressure on. Pizarro looking for an angle, not finding one at all, and now they could find another goal. Ribeiro, what a header. What a bloody header. And fair play after their smashing, because they've just come and smashed us from 7-0 defeatists to 3-1 title beaters. And that's right, title beaters, because I think we're still on top, yes, with the game in hand, and it's kind of wrapped up already. Well, that's what the media think, saying City can't do it, can they? And our fans seem pretty confident, even swaying towards Klopp again. And anyway, I believe these players and a suspended James McAtee actually lost on purpose, so we can win it at home. Not played at home much, if at all, in this save, and Wolves in the black kit trying to cause a kit clash, but not trying hard enough, as McAtee running across we could do with an early goal. He is without his brother here, which may cause a problem on the left-hand side, but Gellert on the right towards Marriott. Totti with the header away. A very decent player, which I have scouted before. Doug Tharm, of course, on the bench, as that's a bad move, and Ivan is through. Pickford has to stop, and we look a little bit shaky at the back still, due to our fall-off, but look at the pressure we're putting onto them. Casado wins the ball back into Alex Scott, and Pizarro making a move. He's just got to try and turn out here. A heavy touch, and that was a shooting opportunity. Not many of them so far, as Santiago dances round us. That should have been the first blood. to Wolves at our place. Seriously, Jurgen, you have got to wake up, pal, but our team's got to wake up. Alex Scott with the turnout. Okay, we're getting more shots on target, and Marriott spins out. The homegrown player who's leaving with a ball into Scott on side of the Spotify Stadium, and that is it. The number 19, one of the early signings, scores like he just did against Brighton after they came back, but we need to make sure we wrap up this title. A very strong ending to the first half, but come on, I'm excited a little bit more, but I know there was a comeback in the last game as Scott just drive into that open space, and now he gives it to Casado. Tries the little low down one. Being a good signing him as Scott steals the ball away, and now Scott's up for this game. He scored, hopefully the winner, but hopefully we get more. Is Schmidt on this side? He is, and he has beaten his defender to it. If he can put a ball into the middle. That was the best option, but I think I've got an option now. I've got to go to Tharm off the bench, as now we need to be more comfortable as the change is made. Doug Tharm for Gabriel. They're bringing on Chiesa. Doug will have to dig in because that is a big change. And Marriott with the spin out. A ball into Casado and Pizarro on a move. This could be it to wrap the title up. And I believe that's the goal. Pizarro at the home end. I'm going to call it the home end. I've got no idea. But get in. A huge goal. As not long now. And I hope we see the trophy lift because, of course, Man City still to play. They might actually not lift it here, but Schmidt, let's just get the goal difference up to make sure we do lift it, Scott. We are in dreamland. 3-0 the Mariners, and that is game wrapped up and dusted. He has been brilliant today, Alex Scott. Maybe player of the year. Just on today's goals as Scott, with a pass in, Casado passes it backwards, and that should be that. Celebrations begin. Players flood the field, and I've got a big feeling that Klopp's going to see a trophy lift as the Mariners have done it. Get in there, Grimsby Town. We have finally done it in a save. Get it in the trophy cabinet. As I forget what we've already won, and it is an OG lifting it. Doug Tharm's been here from the start. He is an IRL player, and this has been a long time in the making, but from the depths to the top. As Jurgen questioned afterwards, or just praised really, the media actually praising him on winning the title. To which he says, I cannot speak highly of the players I've inherited, and big thanks to MWS for hiring me in the first place. Of course, his second title win, and look, we've done it with little points, 76 overall, and we still do have a game left. As I'll sim with the same team, I know McAtee isn't in it, and we've lost. I don't care. They can't take the title off us. It was a lot closer, a huge amount closer than it should have been, but 76 points, just squeezing it. As these are the lads to do it, we've got Pizarro, McAtee. I've got to go into the squad depth hub and look at it that way, really, haven't I? As 290 rated, then Casado. James McAtee, of course, he didn't play a part in the trophy lift. Alex Scott did, though, massively. As before we check statistics, Haaland did beat Pizarro to the golden boot, but I don't care because we won the league. Scott, actually, who was just a new signing, most assists, though. And Jordan Pickford easily wins the golden glove from goalkeepers. Also Schmidt with most levels, but we don't care about that at all. 25 goals. 18 for McAtee. As your player of the year nominees, Pizarro, McAtee, James McAtee, and Alex Scott, the new man. Did we sign him this season? I actually can't remember, as the last thing I want to check. Not any of the English competitions, but the Champions League, which is Real versus Bayern. So the team that beat us, we have to beat next year. So I'm Grimsby Town owner, and alongside Jurgen Klopp, last season we went and lifted the Premier League. A huge achievement for the club, but of course this year we want to go further, getting our hands on a Champions League title. Which of course won't be easy, as last season in the first knockout round, we were swept aside by Real Madrid. But hopefully with our spending money this year, we can go ahead and challenge in the final. As yes, people, I've got loads of faith going into season number 8, is this? I have actually lost count. It's been that many seasons. It's just gone out of my head right now. And yes, as you just saw, Jurgen Klopp is still in charge, but the budget, £134 million to spend, which is absolutely glorious, and we will assess this squad. But before we actually do that, you can see there is some kit changes, as these are what they look like this year. The first one, the home kit, of course, all credit goes to Billy, who made these. It's got white on the back. It's more white than black this year, and I actually like that fact. It's new. It's fresh. As speaking of very fresh, this is kind of like our royal kit, but instead of just being royal, in a bit of a royal blue. Really, really nice. And the goalkeeper one, I always love what Billy does with these ones. The polka dot kind of pattern. Pickford isn't the tallest, but if someone like Courtois was wearing that kit in a game, he'd get called a giraffe. As is that where we head first, because we have to assess this squad. Signings have to happen today, and then I will show you the calendar. But Jordan Pickford is 36-year-old. He's one of our lowest rated players when we flick to the highest ones. 90, 90, 89, and 89. The McAtee brothers are good, but they are running out of contracts. Alex Scott, amazing. And I haven't seen the poll votes. It is not live whilst I'm recording, so I am going to have to wait till next episode. As yeah, this is the squad, and I am going to make it the best it can be, because of course we lose Marriott. So McAtee comes back into the squad. He was always going to anyway. And on our bench, we have to assess, because I think everyone stays, apart from Marriott and me, Dink. Because this man, I almost forgot, I literally just had to halt my speech, wants to go out on loan or permanent. And me personally, I'm thinking permanent. At the age of 26, only 83 rated, we could actually get stronger on the bench. As speaking of getting stronger, our youth that we loaned out, you can see everyone's done decent, but one player that's still on loan, Cesar Guerrero. He's gone up 2 this year somehow. He's got to come back, hasn't he? Especially with us losing Marriott. I've gone ahead and spent our first bit of money right here, as could he be a striker? I mean, he does look a decent one. 98 finishing, 87 shooting. Right, we do need a left winger still, because this man's going to be a striker. As another player striking the exit door is Thompson, and we've got a lot of contracts running out, but we are going to leave them for now. Instead, first and foremost, going to Jurgen to see where he wants to spend my money in this upcoming window. Jurgen, you earned us this money from winning the Premier League, so I'm going to let you spend it on whoever you want to sign. But you know me by now, I'm a bit of a curious owner. So which position really do you think we should sign? Well, I think goalkeeper. Nothing against Pickford on the field. Actually, it's a bit more of a personal matter. He injured my defender, Van Dijk, with a horror tackle. And if we're to win the Champions League, I want it through our style of play. And that most certainly does not filter under it. Fair enough, Jurgen. I understand. It's going to be difficult, though, as Pickford in our team is our vice-captain. As yes, you can see, he's got the captain's armband firmly, because Tham is on the bench, and I don't think he starts anymore. So decisions, as the season's going to start with a very difficult run. We've got United and Chelsea. But also before that, yes, I do want to focus on the Premier League. I'd love to win it back to back, but I want to win another trophy. That Community Shield, which of course does count as one, as 2 bids in right here. Savage from United. Now, I know he's only a bench player, but with what we're trying to do, and I know he supports Manchester United, but come on, we won the Premier League. I've gone ahead and rejected that one, but Mex Meerdink, a loan bid from Chelsea. I might put it a loan to buy, as of course we don't need him any more so. But Ewan Summers, I know he's not the highest rated, but you can see I'm trying to keep him here. This man's loyalty is never to be questioned, as could he be our winger? I mean, his shooting lets him down and pace, so I don't think I'm going to do that one. But one I am actually going to do. I know he is a youth player, but Ibrahim Bell to Brentford, now 20 years old, and we do have Cairns, but the first man out the door on a loan to buy to Juve. It is Mex Meerdink. He didn't want to go to Chelsea, and that's completely fair enough. They are in our division, and I would have rather not had him go there, as the next man out the door is Ibrahim Bell. But we need someone to come in. A goalkeeper, which of course can replace Pickford, as Jonas Erbig. He looks pretty decent. But the more I've done some scouting, the better players I've found, because Gregor Kobel, in his final year of contract, 32-year-old, still 4 years younger than Pickford, and a 90 overall, could add another one to our ranks. As I'm not going to be too cheeky, I'm going to offer 46 million, which they won't go ahead and accept. Savage in the deal, which of course we're not doing. I know he spoke of wanting to leave. We are going to speak to him again today, as 50.5 agreed upon with Tedic. That is a very good move. Jurgen Klopp to one of his old clubs. And our second Swiss into the team right now because of Schmidt, the left back. Goalkeeper, connection could be better now. As when you look statistically as well, Pickford's got better kicking, and if Pickford does what he did last season and Kobel's better, we should have a very good goalkeeper on our hands, as our team at the moment's looking very good as it is. But it seems almost immediately Pickford's called a meeting, not into the manager's office. He wants to do this outside of footballing hours. Boss, I respect you. I didn't respect you at Liverpool, and now I'm lacking again because of what you've done at the club. How dare you replace me, not only as vice captain, but in the squad after last season's terrific performances. You have lost my loyalty, and that is why I want to leave again immediately this time. I'm not going to sit on the bench. But Klopp goes, you've got no choice. I've got you cornered now, Jordan. Time to stand up and actually be a professional for once. Yes, you was good last season, and no, I don't like you either from my Liverpool days, but I respect you as a player. So respectfully, sit on the bench and wait for your chance. Because if you keep acting like this, that chance will never come. Not the nicest of chats, so to cheer myself up a bit, I want to see some fan reaction to our 90 rated. As the first tweet we see, a very positive message on Kobel, and the second one as well. It looks like our fans like this man. And hopefully we do, as well as Guerreiro still training as a striker, as we need to move on to winger. Okay, but before we move on and show you the winger I have in mind, he is from one of these teams, and you can probably spot them. I've just found out that Arsenal, and I didn't see last season, have got relegated to the Championship. What a weird move, as we're going to try and capitalise on Ander Barantexier, 83 rated. As let's enter the conversations, I want to offer 31 million. Now they're a Championship side. That's just unbelievable. What's more unbelievable is not only they turned down the offer, but Arteta's still in charge. Has he not been sacked by now? Very weird thing that I actually didn't realise as looking at their squad. A few very decent faces. As another one I'd really like, I mean, he is a bit much for a bench player, but Johan Bakayoko. If we could just delegate this, chuck that much money at him, see what they say, maybe we'll try and fit up some money for him. As in the meantime, the other player I had in mind is this man, Mika Götze. I've actually never heard of him. Now, I wouldn't have to delegate this one, I just have to pay his release clause, which I am going to do. In the meantime, Bakayoko's going on. And you can see it's going on for ages, Bakayoko. Optimistic, so instead we'll accept the wage offer of Götze, as he becomes our third signing of the summer, or the second. I'm already thinking of making that third though, as adding this man to the bench almost completes it fully, but I'm looking at another midfielder. Sorry, Ewan Summers. And if you're wondering, no, our lowest rated player in the team is Wolf, and no, I am not touching him. He doesn't move anywhere. In fact, I've rejected bids and I've blocked bids as still 40 million. And this time they cannot reject us. Fabio Vieira They've still got Martin Odegaard, but I just want this man. I know he's 30-year-old, but I've got to be honest. How many seasons have we got left? We're really pushing on, and in fact, this could be the final one, as I've offered 36. That should have been accepted. Weird amount of money actually chucked at Fabio Vieira, but he's here, signed, sealed, delivered, all our money gone. And I know on to bench players, in fact 2 of them, of course, but we've got Kobel in the goal, and we have to change Guerrero. As what's gonna happen to this young lad? He goes to an 83 rated at only 18. What a player. If we wouldn't have got rid of Meerdink, he would still be on loan at, what was it? One of the Spanish second division sides? I don't even know, as we are going to go into Brighton for the Community Shield trophy, the big 50 pence piece. And I was going to say before that, a chat with Charlie Savage, but we actually can't chat to him. He must be pretty pissed off, because we didn't let the Welshman go to Manchester United or any other clubs. But we need him here, as we are the team selected to be in our away kit, which is a weird one, and Brighton not easy. They did beat us last time. Gave us a nervy ending. They've got Goncalo Ramos up front, but Pizarro with the ball early. We didn't do well last time at Wembley, losing to City in that dreaded FA Cup final. If we could make it this year and make up for it as McAtee. Nice little opportunity is now Schmidt to keep on running with it. He loves to just stay on this wing and try and cross at the right time. The Turkish left-back, though, I don't remember his name, but from the Euros, playing well as Forson, stopped by Caicedo, but given back to Brighton. Goncalo Ramos is now blocked, and Gabriel onto McAtee. We can break on them quickly. It is Scott, who I believe actually scored at the Amex. Tackled by Morato. They've got a solid team. Realistic like Brighton, taking all the bloody best players, the young good players like Morato, as Casado is through right here though. Our La Masia graduate, not the best at shooting, as Dewsbury Hall into the box. A terrible cross falls to McAtee. Oh my days, John. That was almost a screamer, especially at Wembley as the corner in. Out towards Scott and back in to Matty Wolf, an original for Bruggen. Not a clever save, but the last one before halftime. As now we really do need to go and put on a show. Come on, 0-0 against Brighton. Yes, they have beat us before, but it should be better. Drilled across the deck by John. He should score soon if we just carry on what we're doing. A good tackle. McAtee now, he has to keep on running with it. Ball into Pizarro. Passed around to Scott, and Scott is not missing. That is his position. Filtering it below Verbruggen, who's been dreadful, dropping every single ball, but couldn't even save that one. Brilliant from ourselves, but we do need more assurance. That's a good ball round to Scott again. Oh, on his wrong foot. Close once more, and come on, we need to close this game off. We almost stole the ball off Igor. Around to Dan Neil, though, and Edison, he's tackled. Dewsbury Hall is away, and how does he pass it to Morato? That was the only option he couldn't take. KDH trying his luck, but maybe not the right time to do so. Little bit left in this game. Bailey through to Ramos. We've got to defend him, and if we do, we should be winning the Community Shield. Tillman's put it over, and we win the cup. Embarrassing from the American, as it's going to be Dewsbury Hall to actually lift the trophy. I mean, he wouldn't be my captain, but I guess he sort of is. I feel sorry for Matty Wolf. He should be lifting that trophy, but at least it's Grimsby. Very nice little addition to a trophy cabinet, as now, before we go into the season, 6 million in the budget. And that is quite important, because when we scroll to contracts, you can see a lot of players actually running out this season. So let's renew, shall we? James McAtee, the first player. As that all looks good to me, we are going to have him for 3 more years. If we even go on that long, as the next player in the office is Laird. And also signed a few youngsters up. You may have seen them beforehand. Well, the ones we haven't signed up are right there. And it's Ewan Summers. He could leave at any point, so I don't know how I feel about that. Same with Charlie Savage. Probably should have sold him. But hey, I don't care. We'll get a big budget next season, and our squad, as it looks, is absolutely phenomenal and should be riled up and ready to take on our first game where we play Leeds United in the Prem. And let's see what we can do to them. Away at Ellen Road. Now, I love this stadium in the game. Our first chance half an hour in from a corner, Matty Wolf. Almost the OG, but still it's our second opportunity. Pizarro over the top. He's giving into McAtee, closing in on goal, and if he could get it to the back post, you saw Pizarro sneaking in there, and we should have just fed it to him, but still, another opportunity before half-time going our way. It's John McAtee on the turn, and a brilliant tackle from Wober. Played well, actually, for Austria in the Euros, that man right there, as their first attack. And that is easy for us to clear for ours. Because, yes, we're getting another one. And come on, we need to win this game. Our first game in the Premier League as Premier League champions. Casado on the turn. McAtee should be through here. Where's he going? What's he doing? He's still fallen to Schmidt right here. Keeping the move alive. It is gluing to us somehow. And Pizarro to run around. Brilliant save by Meslier. Eventful opening day as now McAtee again with it. Pizarro actually through this time. Should it be missing? 1-on-1. And doesn't, of course. It is a goal for Pizarro. Get in there, Grimsby Town lads. I'll just take a 1-0 here. And that is what we do. A big win at Ellen Road. Yes, they're not the best team, but Ellen Road is tasty. Straight back to where we finished, top of the Premier League. We must have been the Friday night kickoff, don't mind it. As the next game, though, I don't mind. Man United at home. I might actually sim this because I do want to play Chelsea. Chelsea on the 31st, and then we go into the next month, maybe Everton or Villa, but then we should see our UCL group. That means the most important thing, as only one thing before United, Austin Smith, the backup, he's going on loan to Leicester. Just an easy 1-year loan out, 12 months. Quite simple. I mean, he is third choice now. Pickford is still on the bench and will remain there till his end of footballing days. As can we beat Manchester United? A draw, but Guerreiro, his first in black and white, as he's gone +6 this season. I'm actually half tempted to play him against Chelsea. But no, we cannot do it to the person who scored in the first game. Damian Pizarro is just a beast. Would love him netting here, as bloody hell. It's our fault, to be fair. Why have we come in the away kit? We could have just worn the home kit. Need to watch my kits a little bit more often, as Gellert. We're going to run inside to go here. Can the right back shoot on goal? I mean, it wasn't a half bad chance. And now McAtee, could he recreate it? No, he's going to give it to Geldert. Again, across the box. This time it's in. Oh my days. That is actually embarrassing. That is embarrassing for everyone involved with Chelsea. I know it's going bad, but look at this. Pizarro should never win the header and never should it go in. What is the goalkeeper doing there? Still, I don't care. I mean, Geldert, what a start to the game. Give him the ball again, because the amount of space he's got on this side is unbelievable. The keeper parries it again, and we just needed to be there to tap it home. But now their chance, it's only one player around us. Stop him. There we go, Gabriel. Easy block, but then it still falls to Sarmiento. Thought it deflected in, and what a bit of business. Sarmiento, granted, he's mainly a championship player at the moment, but still, he's got the opportunity. I'm shooting on every angle because this goalkeeper doesn't catch it. He just parries it as McAtee tries his luck again. Unlucky not to score has now hit this. Casado, it falls to our main man. Oh my days, the chance. That could have been beautiful as he's on the ball in this second half, looking for James McAtee. Not much involvement, but he's going to slow down a bit here. Try and put it into the middle, but the ball's just fallen back to him, and James into the top corner. 2-0 against Chelsea now. Doesn't matter about the minor kick clash. Brilliant little finish. 2-0 to the Mariners. And I believe with that goal, it's time for Guerreiro to come onto the field. Pizarro goes off. And also Fabio Vieira comes on. Didn't sign him for nothing as Casado finds McAtee. Is that Vieira in front? It is for 3-0. Only just on the field, sliding into the fans. That is a terrible effort from the goalkeeper. 3-0 Grimsby. As we are fairly superior, and see, we're not letting this clean sheet go. We need to keep it for Coble. Want him winning the Golden Glove, just like Pickford last year as Casado over the top right there. What a ball into Schmidt. We need someone in the middle. There's someone at the back stick who's just missed the header. Believe that was John McAtee, and I mean, he usually scores those. Doesn't really matter though. The final whistle is blown and Chelsea beaten 3-0 at home. Embarrassing. As Jurgen in the press conference asked about the business. Is there any more to do before the deadline today? He laughs it off saying no. I think we're mostly done right here. We just want to see our champs group because that is the most important thing. And Jurgen knows it. A man of my own heart. As oh my days, did I see Pasalic? He's leaving Sheffield. Oh my days, 87 rated, still going strong. I mean, I wish I would have seen him at the start of the window, but we've got McAtee, or the McAtees, as one started stronger than the other. James has a goal. Pizzario's got 2 goals. And weirdly enough, Austin Smith, who we've loaned to Premier League Leicester at only 74 rated, is actually starting in the Premier League. Sure, he had a bad rating, as speaking of a bad rating, Evan Curry, playing for Grimsby in real life. I think we'll be getting rid of him. It is a loan to buy, of course. The next game is Everton. We do get a 1-0 win right here. 'Twas Casado with the goal, and this has me interested. Charlie Savage in a swap for Christian Listes. I mean, I'll offer this guy a wage. I'm not going to speak to him. If it goes through, great, because Savage won't sign a contract. But then again, means that the club, we've got 3 backup cams as the game in the league against Villa, 3-0. And that leads us to, of course, get the Champions League graphics, as the group we kick off with next time is as follows. So last time out, Jurgen Klopp made 3 signings, hoping to bolster our chances in the league and Champions League. As last time we learnt of our Champions League group, which I think we should honestly be winning. Because from the start of the season, we've been scoring goals for fun, accompanied with a trophy in the Community Shield. But that to me personally is just a big 50p piece, as I want to prioritise the bigger and better trophy. As yes, people, welcome back. We are here with Grimsby Town, maybe our final season. Depends how we do, as we can't do anything with money. Of course, £68,000 spent up completely, and I'm not going to show you the UCL group. We already know that because it's Celtic we play next. 2 days before my birthday, as then we've got Wigan in the Carabao Cup. A few more Champions League games, which I'm going to maybe simulate. Depends how we do feel, as I would love to get up to January, but that's a big milestone to set ourselves for 1 episode. As getting there is not going to be easy in the slightest, and this is the team pretty tired going into the UCL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick to my reserve team. You can see it's a bit more attacking because the players in it are weaker, as hopefully we can score more, and they do get a little bit more rest, as in the meantime, Evan Curry, he will leave Grimsby Town Football Club, as it's not his first time leaving and it's still only a loan deal, so he may come back. He may survive the whole series, which honestly is just sensational to think about because he's never been in our plans, as we beat Celtic 2-1. Savage and Guerreiro, as speaking of Charlie Savage, he could still leave the club, you know, today, straight away, as he was pretty upset with us last episode out, and we've got this swap deal in with Christian Listes. This man right here who wants to speak about his wage again. He only wants a rotational role coming from Borussia Dortmund. But we actually can't afford him. Oh my days, we've got no money. We have skint ourselves and we can't sign a player. And to be fair, he was a cam, and we don't need any more cams at the club. We've got Fabio Vieira. He's one of the new signings from last episode. Alex Scott is still quite new, and he's bloody brilliant with Ewan Summers, the youngster, and then 2 other boring youngsters. And I'm sorry to call them that, but they honestly just are. It is a derby in the Premier League, the black and white derby. Julian Alvarez has gone to Newcastle United, and they've beat us away from home. I think our first defeat this season. Nothing to really panic about, though. Look at where we are. We're in the top 4, and West Ham, are they going to stay at the top? Surely they can't catch us as we change back to our second string side, this time for the EFL Cup, as can we beat a Wigan side? Yes, we can, but it's very close with McAtee. Savage getting the other goal, and that needs to be a bit more convincing. Not too happy with that, as the next game's an interesting one. West Ham United, of course, we just saw were top of the league, and their fans online raving about how they are going to stay at the top. And this is just too cocky, so let's put a stop to their madness. Going to their backyard, they're all full of optimism. We've just lost a game, but we don't plan on losing 2 all season, it's got to be said, but of course we will lose another game as McAtee round the corner. Gelderd's been playing well, maybe putting himself in a position for early player of the season, as we still need to announce this year's player of the year. Ramsdale in their goal, stopping the first chance that we have, as Kudus' header's weak. It falls to John McAtee. Nice early bit of pressure, but now we've got to defend again. Riquelme. That is over the crossbar. Going for the moon, as we need to go for their goal, of course. A little bit of pressure on us, but now McAtee through to Scott. Uses James McAtee, who's got a bit of a run on here. He's got a man in the middle. Pizarro with the turn. And you do not stop him, especially with that much space. 1-0 to Grimsby. Beautiful scenes. Sensational football, but let's teach them a proper lesson. Dewsbury Hall, our captain, running away right here. Not the best of saves, but it's actually all the first half action. We are 1-0 up, but I expected West Ham to be worse. Credit where credit's due, as Pizarro needs to earn some credit. He's not been the greatest today, even though he's got a goal and he is making a run for the brace. If he could try and put that across the net. Oh my days, Alex Scott should stick out a foot. Almost a certain second goal, as who the heck is that in the top corner? A Poku? I don't think we're actually looking at a player like him, or bloody like anyone. We're not in the market for buying, as now Savage with a run through, a ball onto Gelderd. Gelderd for 2. He's been brilliant this season. He actually shoots himself, which I didn't think he'd do at the last minute. Still a valiant effort, as look at Casado in the midfield. He's coming along nicely now. McAtee, 4-2-0. Blocked last minute, as this game is getting interesting. That is a beautiful ball up to James, though. Another save from Ramsdale. He has been extraordinary, as, oh my days, last minute of the game, João Pedro over the bar. West Ham with the opportunity. Not taken, though, as we approach the end of the game. Alex Scott with a weak shot, but that is the final whistle. At least we silence some fans, as we're second in the league, and top of the league is Lallana with Liverpool. Interesting, as he's also won in the Champions League, and we won in the Champions League, but we need to do it back-to-back. As to Sociedad we go, and I have rotated the team again. It's still a bloody win. We're dancing through this group stage, and should be dancing through the Blades Sheffield United. They are rock bottom of the league. McAtee with 4 goals, or should I say McAtees, as it was both of the brothers with 2 goals apiece in that one. John has 6 so far. But that takes me on to the next thing, Damien Pizarro. I'm going to give him a +1, and of course give him a play style, as if he wasn't overpowered enough with them stats. He's now got a finesse shot, and he's 91 overall. Seriously stupendous, as we could play Tottenham, but I'm going to go against it, and my reasoning is as follows. The next month on this calendar, we have Liverpool at home, and then Manchester United away in the Carabao Cup. A trophy we've not won before is the first game Tottenham. It's a 4-2 away from home, and that is beautiful. As they'd started strongly and then into Marseille, it's a draw, but that point should probably take us through to the knockouts. But this next game is the big one. Lallana versus Klopp, and our team's fully fit and raring to go. Was going to speak to Jurgen, but I am not going to try and jinx anything. Here we go. You just saw a glimpse of Lallana actually celebrating. Something we're accustomed to, but don't want to be today, of course. They've got their new home kit from the 24-25 season, but here in this save, we're in the 2030-31, as that is a ball towards Pizarro. Surely handballed, ref. Don't know about King Min-jae as Sesko. What a good header. It's down to McAtee from Gellert. Gellert needs to support him. Balde in the defense. Lallana's done some bidding. I mean, for an Andy Robertson replacement, that's not half bad, you know. But then Gellert, oh my days, this season, this man's amazing, as he's going to keep on running right here. And can he pull it back into the middle? Casado, oh my days, you have got to be scoring that opportunity. As Soria for Liverpool. Not putting the cross in. He's passed it across the deck to Sesko. We do get the tackle in right there, but the pass away from our defense. Zachariah with the shot. Definitely not safe here, as they've got Marcus Rashford on the wing. Ball in. A very good chest away from Gabriel. On to Alex Scott, who gives the ball onto John McAtee. Back into Alex Scott. If we can chip it over to Pizarro on the chest, and the volley had to be 1-0. A bloody good chance, as now Liverpool get the next, of course. Valverde skipped around James. I don't know where our keeper's going. Ball all over the shop. It's Kim Min-jae. Straight to Coble. Thought they'd give a penalty there, but it's the halftime whistle after 45. In a game that is definitely shaping up as a title challenge. A bad tackle on Gabriel, but he put himself into a mess right there. This centre-back's a bit clunky. I mean, that touch, you just have to look at it. And he's passed straight to the referee. Benjamin Sesko with a shot right there. Valverde around Schmidt, and Schmidt tries to get the tackle into the back post, and Rashford... Don't tell me it's a penalty. You cannot give an advantage, as Schmidt did contact. The man didn't even go down, and I think he's actually gave it. Yep, and it's going to be Rashford for Liverpool. I don't believe what I'm seeing. Can Coble make the stop? No, a Panenka from Marcus. And in a title challenger, 1-0 down to Liverpool. Is not where you want to be. Not where you want to be, of course, in a title challenger, as a free kick to Casado. Somehow got through bodies. Chasing the game more now, and you might see a couple more long shots. I know I do them usually, as we've defended well and need to attack. It's Dewsbury Hall through the middle. Straight into Zakaria, and Fede Valverde around us still. Geldhurt's got the block in. Managed to stop the move, but we don't have too long left in this game. Valverde's just around Gabriel. He's been dreadful, same as Schmidt. Giving them a free kick, but we have won the ball back quickly. James McAtee to try and skip away. He has to go for the gap right here. Guerreira's on the field, but we're going to go for Scott instead, and the referee blows the whistle. That was a chance. Jurgen, a loss against your former club to give them a 3-point gap on yourselves. Sum that one up for us. I mean, it must not be a good feeling. No, it definitely isn't, and I did think we were the better team. I think the referee cost us the game, but I'm not going to cry about it. And I mean, that's a good attitude to have. Oh my days. Oh my days. Damien Pizarro. He's won the Ballon d'Or for Grimsby. I was not expecting this. Simming days into the future, it's Eric Cantona and Rivaldo. The Chilean has done it. Ballon d'Or winner, Damien Pizarro. I mean, he did score a lot of goals, won the Premier League, but that's about it. Even Jurgen was in the audience. I don't believe our striker has done that. He didn't win the UCL. We went out in the round of 16. As of course, Jurgen wants a closer word after seeing his striker win the Ballon d'Or, saying, Damien, congrats. No offense, I didn't expect it. Of course, no offense, but it's usually UCL winners that win it. And with last year's campaign, I'm just very surprised and shocked. I mean, thanks, boss, I guess. I thought you'd have a little bit more faith in me. But I see what you're trying to say, so let's go and win the UCL. And hey, you never know. I could get another Ballon d'Or again. I mean, he does have a point, and can he actually go and win the Carabao Cup first? Because that's what we play next in. A Rashford-less Man United, because of course we've just seen him turning up with Liverpool, and we did sim, and we got the win. McAtee with 3, and is it just the one McAtee? It is! It's John! And he's hit a hat-trick. Puts us into the next round. Nothing wrong with that at all, as Fulham's the team up next. Another black and white derby in the Prem. As now we're chasing Liverpool, we can't afford to drop points, but we do. 1-1. A late goal at the Cottage sinks our hopes a bit, but hey, one thing I've just realised when we go to the Carabao, look at the quarterfinals. Chelsea play the Saints. That's the only other big game, because we've bloody drawn Liverpool, the team we've only lost to. Oh, sorry, no, we lost to Newcastle United as well in the league as a fully fit team from Marseille. And we're shooting through the UCL. I'd usually take more care, but we can do that later on in the group stage. A 3-1 win against Palace at home. Before a nice little win 3-1 away from home. Adam Wharton suspended, and we win 3-1 against the Premier League Cherries. But our final Champions League sim, because we've got to play the next game, losing to Sociedad. Not a good look for us, as in the Premier League, still we are behind Liverpool. They're just flying with Lallana. And I do genuinely see why, as we still top the group, but we are going to play the next game. I believe Celtic's the one left. So let's get ourselves to that one. And I do want to play Liverpool as well. Just a few more games to get through. We beat Leicester easily. Then we draw with Burnley. Not so easily. A draw, of course. But then we go and respond with a 2-1 against Wolves. And finally, we will play in the Champions League. Only the one change for this one, Doug Tharm giving Gabriel a rest. We're away at Celtic Park, and I'm so sorry you just witnessed that terrible set piece, but this should be a better chance for us. A long ball headed down to Pizarro, the Ballon d'Or winner, away from his man, and he's put it under the keeper. That's why he won the award. Phenomenal stuff from our main man at Grimsby Town. Get in there, lads. 1-0 away. Should be topping the group with that, but still a chance for Celtic, and Coble might get to counter here. Come on, we could do with 2-0. The simming's been known to be scripted with our draw against Tottenham in normal time last year, I think of the FA Cup semi-final, but this is good passing, you know, and Geldhurt is the man. I want him on the ball, and that is a good cross. Falls to Casado. Just got the shot off as I actually run out of breath, as now Celtic don't make me breathless. Tharm's dived in, and it's a goal! Yang Hun Jun with the finish, and we are stunned. This could affect us. One final chance, and a long ball from our left back into McAtee. Pizarro, he's tackled, and that should be it. It is it. Oh my days. Bottling the Champions League. Flashbacks to last year. Absolutely terrible. What has it done to us? We survived by the skin of our teeth. Not convincing. And teeths isn't a word, is it? As the team we will be facing, Inter. Not easy. I would have rather had Dynamo, Napoli, even Atletico Madrid or Torino. Oh my days. You could have literally picked from all of them as into the Premier League, though we are back top of the table. Going to be interesting with City up next, and Ewan Summers is a winger. Guess that's a little surprise. Maybe gets him a little bit more game time next year, as I hate playing City, but we beat them in the sim. Pizarro and Guerreiro, as what do the goals look like? I mean, Pickford's going down. Smith is 81 rated. Oh my days, I did not expect to see that when I clicked on this menu. I'm on the long bloody menu. Guerreiro has 3 goals. Good on him, but he is going to stay on the bench. Or do we rotate this team? Because we are playing in-game. But I'm looking at that side still, though. Seeing it's got some fatigue, so I'm going to switch it back. After all, Ballon d'Or winner. He's in this team as McAtee doing some kick-ups. Come on, we are at Anfield. It is a cup game, as anything can happen. This is the quarters, not the semis, so it's still a one-legged fixture. Scott to pass around the wall into Casado. Thought it was going to be Geldhurt. Stood there. He's the man who can cross the ball, but Scott goes back post. Almost a chance, as this looks a chance. It's going to be Casado across the box. It's hit by Alisson. Casado is on the deck, and Alisson makes the save. Beautiful recovery as the ball falls to KDH. He's got to keep on running away. Bentancur's on his back, and we're going to pass it down this left-hand side. Pizarro, too far out wide. He's going to try and get it in the middle. It's just all us so far, which I don't mind at all, but oh, why did I say it? Liverpool get a penalty just like the other game, and Rashford's is saved! Coble the hero! As that save actually takes it to penalties. No, I'm not including the same clip. Rashford scores in the shootout. As Pizarro, I absolutely love this kit from behind as well. Pizarro top bins. We love our top bin shots, and Benjamin Šeško, he's just gone to the bottom. Very good spot kick, as now Geldhurt's been fantastic. I'm going to go down the middle, saved by Alisson. So Coble's got to save, and he does. He's amazing. Leaving KDH, and do not leave it to chance. Just blast it into the top corner. Get in there. Level again. Berardi, the captain. I'm going to go to the left, down the middle again, as I'm going to go bottom right. I'm not going to go top corner, and it still went there. A save by Alisson, and it's down to Fede Valverde. It's saved by Coble. Oh my days. This is huge, as we need to score the spot kick. It's going to be John McAtee, watched into the side netting, and don't be like Tottenham, where the penalties went on for ages. Coble slots it left, as now James is going to go left as well. We don't miss top corner. They're going to have to change it, or I will go and change it. It's going to be Balde. Sends us wrong way. And now down to Scott. And I don't know if that's got enough power on it. Alisson out of the way as Zakaria. Bottom corner. And back to us again as Casado just score. It is Casado. Down the middle. Saved by Alisson. Why down the middle? Why did I go there? Lallana's going through, and we're beaten by Liverpool twice in one episode. The pain continues. So last time out was pretty goddamn eventful, as Grimsby Town have a Ballon d'Or winner. Damian Pizarro lifted the trophy, but we are still yet to lift one for ourselves this year. In the Premier League, we just sit top of the table, and in the Champions League, we have Inter. So today, we will battle with the Italian powerhouses, chasing this Champions League title. As yes, people, welcome back. Here we are with Grimsby, and yes, it is coming towards the end of the overall save. It will be the last season. I'm sorry to say to some of you guys, but the views are telling me that, of course, and I think the majority of you will want to see a new save, and this is never the last Grimsby to glory. As like I just said, we've got Inter in a crowded month with United, Liverpool. I'm very excited about today, and I've never said it on this channel, but drop a like and subscribe if you are excited for today, because we want to keep on growing this one. The second channel is very fun, and Grimsby start the season today as Brighton, a very good team. We're a very tired one. Still, I am going to risk it, and we do pick up the win. McAtee and Dewsbury Hall. Love it from our OG lads. Or not fully OG. You get what I'm trying to say there. Is that Ewan Summers? Is he leaving the club? Oh my days. He's actually gone to Everton. Well, it is the final save, but still, that's heartbreaking, man. In the final month, I must have missed that transfer going out, as I want to have a word with Klopp, and it might not be a word you guys like. But I'm going to say, Jurgen, thanks for meeting me just when I called this meeting, as I want to discuss transfers, or the lack of them. I want to do zero business in this window. We have no money as it is, and I will not let players leave. Sorry if it makes them unhappy or yourself unhappy, but I just feel it's for the better. We can't afford to lose our squad, which Jurgen says I understand. I think we do have a brilliant team as is. It's just the players I worry about. I hope they don't want out themselves, such as Charlie Savage, and we've got to watch Pizarro. After winning the Ballon d'Or, Real Madrid might want a word, and that's what I'm worried about as well as Jurgen Klopp, as Gabriel's always bloody tired, but we're always bloody winning. Back-to-back wins, or should we call it triple on the bounce, because McAtee's got a goal and we have won the black and white derby. Love to see it, absolutely love to see that happen. Andrea Rossi with a bid. I don't want to sell this man because we have got FA Cup games coming up and he might get on the bench still. Doug Tharm getting some offers, but he's our captain and he's staying. As with Evan Curry leaving, we do need a player staying here, and here's the bid I thought. Damian Pizarro, £302 million. Now, we could afford anybody with that, but I don't want to sell him. He's got 11 goals so far, which is behind McAtee. McAtee's 91, and still we've got Meerdink, who we could recall back for this FA Cup game upcoming, but I'm not going to go and do that. I'm just going to play with Guerrero, as let's make sure we beat Huddersfield in the Cup. Come on, don't go out round one. A 2-1 narrow win, which is very, very close, as we've got another ceremony, this time in January. Is this Manager of the Year? Jurgen Klopp. I mean, we've done the bloody double. He's still got his Liverpool hat on. You could have took that off, Jurgen. But there he is, arriving at the stage with the trophy. So a Ballon d'Or winner and a Manager of the Year. Sends me back to meeting Jurgen, saying congratulations. Manager of the Year, and I've got to say myself, you deserve this and you have been immense for us. So please just keep on going, because we'd like to win the Champions League. And he says, boss, I'm literally thinking taking on this job has been better than Liverpool. That's nice of him to say. If only he could bloody take the hat off now, as we've gone into Aston Villa and we've gone and won a penalty. Come on, John McAtee, just keep the good times rolling. It is top bin the Roonies. 1-0 the Mariners. Brilliant, but what's not brilliant in this game is the kit that Villa's travelled in. Jesus, that's a kit clash, as we need to get this ball out. Coble with the punch away. Now McAtee battling with the Gvardiol, and we've kept the ball right here. A ball into Pizarro. Look at the movement from Scott. I didn't expect him to be there. Pizarro in the middle. He should have got a second. Close, but still, we should get a lot more chances in this game as long as we don't drop points. That is a terrible chip over the top. But this chance right here looks a good one. Look at the space. It's John McAtee who's through, and he should not be missing that. Doing the backflips, getting a brace. Is there anything this man can't do? Apart from maybe win the Ballon d'Or. Challenges teammate as there's a counter-attack with McAtee here. This should be one of the last attacks. Can't see which player's which, but I'm trying my hardest. John McAtee with the run. Almost getting a ball through, as look at this for a free kick. Scott, I might as well shoot. Absolutely terrible. But that's the end of the game, and we do get the points. That's what we love to see, as the next game is Harrogate, a team we played in Season 1, of course, in League 2. A 4-3 win. They've put up a fight, and they are in League 2, but they've got some solid players, to be fair. They've got a 71 rated, and I'm pretty sure a 72. Nice to see from Harrogate, as it would be nice to see a win against Man United, a 2-2 draw away. Simulator, because I do want to play later on against Chelsea, but Leeds, they get a point away from us. Don't like the home bottle, as we don't bottle against Brentford, though. A 2-1 victorious win gets in. And that was with our second team, because you see what game's up next. It is the San Siro game against Inter in the Champions League. And I'm sorry to say again, but I am going to sim it. This is not just a simming channel, though. I will play the second leg. I just feel simming the first leg makes it interesting. As a draw and a missed penalty. See? Very good game. As I was, in fact, waiting for Chelsea, but they got moved because they was supposed to be in that month. Is that the last game of the season? 25th of May. It is. The final game of the season is the team in second. What an occasion. Or should I actually say, the team in first, because they have gone to top spot and we play Liverpool next. A team we haven't enjoyed playing, probably a bit tired, and what do the fans think? I'm hoping they're on our side. One says we've got a manager of the year. Yes, we should do this. And even influencers on the platform still thinking we should win. And this game at Anfield needing a win. At least they have dropped off our tails a bit. It seems like it's us and Chelsea with a gap between us and third. So yeah, it's just a win we need. Treat it like any other game because we want back-to-back Premier Leagues as Schmidt. Look at that. One touch and a ball through onto Pizarro, the world's best player, who cuts inside, goes for the shot, but still not in the net as Laporte is retiring. I don't know if he's in their defense. That's a bad foul, Gabriel. Didn't really like that one. And Rashford to take the free kick. A man's jumped over the wall. It's Ousmane Dembele off the post. We failed to get rid of it. And Rashford scored again. Liverpool in the lead. And I can't believe what I'm seeing. Marcus Rashford doing that. And Anfield silencing us. Liverpool go and punish us. And I just hate playing them. Marcus Rashford, the world's best player, it seems, as Wolf. Gets in and tackles him. Matty, what a servant. What a player for this club. And there we go. Geldherd round the corner. One of their best players all season. We just seem to not be good enough. As James McAtee on the ball right here. I mean, his brother's at the other post. Still Kim Min-jae defending and get the pressure on Alisson. It was close towards him. Almost getting it in as Ousmane Dembele and Marcus Rashford. He's got his tricky wingers as Adam Lallana and Valverde. We've completely missed the tackle. Good one from Schmidt second time round. Still, though, it's Ramsey with the block and Wolf with the header as now Scott get us away. Alex Scott to try and set us off. If he keeps the ball in his balance, that is a brilliant ball to Schmidt and McAtee through the middle. A good little build-up here. Schmidt turning away, and can he put it into the box? Kim Min-jae, handball! It's entirely its own fault! Surely a penalty, but no. Free kick? I mean, surely you give the second one. Still, the free kick is terrible. And Liverpool even breaking on us. Geldherd with the tackle. He's off the field. He's on a yellow. That is calamitous. Another bad day at the office, man. The only other team I've rebuilt on this channel is Liverpool, and it's the only other team I can't beat. As that was a bad challenge from Valverde, but still, we've got to play on. Doug Tharn brought on, because I did want more defenders back. McAtee around his man. Straight towards Alisson. Not our bloody day. Not our day at all. It's Casado around his man, though. Still, we can't get central because they're blocking off all the runs. But Casado with a move there. Trying to sneak inwards, but the move not working as Valverde. Don't give a penalty away. Tharn just rounded. 2-0 to Liverpool. Last minute of the game. The captain, Fede Valverde, who committed a horrible tackle on us, scores the winner, and it is a beautiful goal, to be fair. Just rounded our three defenders, and that is that. Absolute horror show, as now no Geldherd for Tottenham. I actually don't believe it. 2 losses on the bounce, but we do respond in the FA Cup, and Manchester City, not the easiest team to play at all, fills me with a bit of confidence, but then, oh my days, I don't believe it. How are we losing to Palace? Genuinely annoying, but I am not going to check the Premier League table. Just go into Inter and hope the Champions League recovers. As this is the big one. I do really like their kit, Inters, but still we've got to try and beat them. We're in our own home kit at our home stadium. The Spotify stadium, that is, as Alex Scott threw immediately. And why is it hit that so weak? I mean, I did put it onto his left foot, which was probably a mistake. And when their best players, probably Neves, I think we do stand a chance here. Pizarro running around, the Ballon d'Or winner. I'll keep saying that until he's not the winner anymore. As Casado with the low shot. Chevalier with the save. Good start from us, though, and we just need to carry it on. Of course, this is not a Liverpool side. We should be able to beat them, and Pizarro with the ball at his feet, giving that across into the middle, into Gelterd, back from suspension, onto Scott, who's spooned it. What a terrible effort. I mean, man, that is awful, as now Neves running away from us, ball over the top towards this man, Gravenberg, but Dewsbury Hall across and across the field to Schmidt, who just loves to drill a pass into Scott on a good turn away, and that's a ball out wide, misses McAtee, but we'll give it back to him. McAtee in the middle, onto Alex Scott, taking all the chances, or you could say wasting all the chances, as McAtee around the side, into Schmidt. An outswinger into McAtee, and I don't know what he's doing. Trying a bicycle kick from outside the box in the Champions League, second leg knockouts. Not what I really expect from a player. From a player as good as him, of course, as Schmidt. Into Scott. Dewsbury Hall to try and line one up. It might fall here to McAtee, who takes the ball away from his man and drills it into the bottom corner, somehow scoring that one. Just like last year when we did play Madrid, we've took the lead with a shot, and now we just don't bottle this. Fantastic little effort, as now we need to get a tackle on Leonardo, but it falls back to Gravenberg. Savio with a chip in, and that is what we didn't want. How has that gone in? Gregor Kobel, man, I've probably got to ask questions. Lautaro Martinez, he's a brilliant player, and look at that. I talked about trying bicycle kicks. He goes and scores a similar-ish one. Vinny Jr. did the same last year, didn't he? Scoring after we did in the UCL. Still, don't happen again, because of course we're not behind in this fixture. We still do need another goal, though, and McAtee up the field stealing the ball. Pizarro, Scott, just look for Gelterd. He is always in good space and always gets a ball through onto McAtee, who tries his shot, and Pizarro falls to him in the area. It is us who responds, and our number 10 Ballon d'Or winner. Of course, I did have to mention it, and how has that gone in? I've got zero idea, but still, with the way the game is going, I don't think it's the last goal in this game. It would be glorious if we got the next one. It's McAtee running into the middle. The cross too close to the goalkeeper. Savio running around us, and oh, there was confusion in the box, but Casado to bring this away. Very calm in possession. Pizarro, oh, beautiful choice. Look at that. Didn't run himself. Knows he doesn't have the legs as McAtee. Getting it around to McAtee. Headering it down to Casado. And that should have been 3-1. Lovely cushioned header as the other McAtee into Casado. James gets the ball back. He tries a long shot and it falls to Schmidt. Our left back. It should. Oh my days, how has Scott not scored? Fell to him on the line as now Gravenberg. Come on, we've got to stop them from scoring again. I don't know how the foul isn't given, and now McAtee, just blast it. Have a shot. If that counts as a shot, as when the ball goes out of play, the game is over. Grimsby celebrating this year, but still, very early on, we have got through the round of 16 into the quarterfinals. A glorious feeling now, as the game's not decided yet. We will simulate Fulham just to see the next game, as we are a little bit tired, but we still do get the win. Pizarro and Casado with a brace, who's just coming into excellent form. And this series will not stop, because it might be an episode longer now, as who have we gone and drawn? City in the quarters. So I am Grimsby owner, and we are in our penultimate episode of trying to win the Champions League. And we stand in good stead for this, with a Player of the Year, Ballon d'Or winner Pizarro, and a Manager of the Year. Jurgen Klopp took that award and thanked us for hiring him, and we thanked him back for getting us a win against Inter 4-3 to put us through to the quarters, where we will face Manchester City. Yes, people, I know it is a disgrace. Not only the penultimate episode, but I do not have the kit on. There is good reasoning for this. 1, it's red hot, and 2, I want it washed and dried and ready for the finale. As you can see, today we've got Preston in the FA Cup finale, and then we do have both legs against City. Then we will move into the final month, probably stopping there. As of course, we've got no windows left, we've got no money as well, so I'm actually going to try and get games or gameplay done today. Use our overpowered players whilst we still can, as I have loved coaching this team. We've kept a lot of continuity, and of course by that I mean a lot of players have been here long, as McAtee's been here quite a while. Same with Mark Casado. Got him straight off his release from Barcelona. Matty Wolf's been here, Savage been a while, Doug Tharm has been here ages. As Preston are up here first, and if you do watch the main channel and this channel, spoiler alert, I will be rebuilding these soon. They have just sacked their manager, so yeah, for you guys watching this video, not only do we win, but you get a little insight to the main channel. And thank you for still watching us, as this is the run-in towards the final. Man United out, no other big club in there, and I believe that win has actually got us to Wembley. We should get a game reorganised. Who are we going to face? Of course, not as important as the Champions League rounds, as it's Leicester in the FA Cup and a potential treble. As I'm going to speak to Jurgen saying, boss, what do we do? Or is there anything we can do to keep this team rather calm? There will be a lot of games coming up, and I want to make sure we fight on all fronts and are fit enough on all fronts. Well, there is something we could do, but it would just fit the rules and maybe be controversial, but should help us in the short term. Austin Smith, of course, is on loan at Leicester, and we could recall him early to strengthen our FA Cup chances. And I mean, it does sound rather unethical, but here he is right there. He's got a +8, but we can't afford the recall fee. Still, seems like the media have seen we've tried to do that. The pesky Fabrizio Romano spying on us somehow. And that's turned Leicester fans against us. They're going to want to beat us now. You can see by their tweets, they are very outraged by this. Still, hate to say it, but the game is the game, as Chelsea are winning the Premier League game, 8 points clear now. But we still do have them to play, as we're going to simulate Bournemouth, a 2-2 draw. Are you having me on? Genuinely pathetic, and Chelsea are going to keep winning games. We can't afford to lose to the Blades. Another draw. That is with our main team, and look! We've dropped. We've gone to 4th in the Premier League. Not only just 2nd anymore. Luckily enough, you can see Man City beat Chelsea, so they took their 2nd L, but we still have fallen behind. And of course, the team that just beat Chelsea is the team we play next. Manchester City, underperforming in England, but did beat Bayer Leverkusen. As in the meantime, we beat West Ham to hopefully take us back to 2nd, as we do lose a player right here. Right, Mark McGuinness gone to Genoa on a free, losing a lot of frees as we've had to play our main team. So the big change that I am making is Tharm for Gabriel. Of course, he has a 5-star week for anyway he can play left centre-back. And don't worry, games will be played very soon, of course. We don't play them just yet, as we're behind in the first leg. And we've got to go to the Etihad. Haaland got a brace right there, and McAtee. Which McAtee? It was John that got the goal. Not the end of the world, but still behind in that leg. And of course, James didn't score against his former club, but we hammer Wolves in the meantime. Before this week, where we do play Manchester City and then Leicester in the semis, Klopp versus Guardiola. Here we go, here we go. We're in Manchester in the blue kit. Of course, it's blue v blue. And Bob versus Schmidt, it seems. That's a good ball through right there. Can we start off very quickly? James McAtee against his former club needs a pass into the middle right here. Casado across. This is a very starting bright move. Oh my days. Edison with the save. Nice from the captain, as I haven't given it back to Tharm because he's been out a while. Scott with the shot and just hits his man, of course, as get across. That's gelled her. That's brilliant from our probably player of the season. If you don't mind me saying, there won't be a vote at the end of this season because it is the final one, as a ball across. Rico Lewis saves Man City. As we need to save our dreams by somehow beating them. They've skipped right around us there. A shot off. Falls to Robertson. Another shot and Coble with the save and Schmidt with the clearance. One of them classic Champions League games it seems already. But still, the game goes on and Schmidt, a good ball down the line to him. A chip into the middle. Pizarro has to do better. Panic of the highest level as we need that ball straight through the middle. Look at that from a turn. Dewsbury Hall into now Pizarro. Round the corner. Casado. James McAtee against his former club. He's come through the academy here. Ederson in no man's land. McAtee on the score sheet. It is the right one this time. It doesn't even give you some celebration because he knows it's against his former club. I am absolutely stunned. I'm red hot. I'm sweating this game out. But it is 1-0 on the night and 2-2 on aggregate. Can't forget we're not winning, as now Ruben through to Enzo, through to Konza, jump in, Alex Scott, that is amazing football, he's got options at the side of him, into Dewsbury Hall, out of his way, Dewsbury Hall, he's 3-2 before half-time. The captain, of course, in the graffiti kid, I love it. 2-0 now, the Mariners in Manchester. This time not an ex-player, but it is Dewsbury Hall. It picked up by Scott. Brilliant. And it's picked up by the team overall. This is some game as now Casado get through the middle a little bit. Pizarro making a move. A crazy game that's still not over. We can't be affording to do that. Come on, second half. City will want it. And Erling Haaland got a brace last time. Doug Tharm's chasing him back right here. Tharm has been rounded. A brilliant save by Coble. Ex-teammates, of course, as they finally bloody put Rodri on against us right here. As they did have a guy called Robertson on. No idea why they played the youngster as Haaland running around us. Doug Tharm has dealt with him this time. Back in the team with a bang as Scott. He's just allowed to run with it. Pizarro making a move. We've got to release it, Alex Scott. You've been terrible this game. Apart from being heavily involved in the second goal, of course, as John McAtee's been non-existent. Pass into Casado, across into Schmidt. We've moved the ball in transition very well, almost at the near post. I think Scott might have still been off right there. Then just stick the foot out, which was done to perfection. Dewsbury Hall, that's Pizarro. He's surely beaten the offside trap. It is Damien Pizarro. What is he doing? Completely scuffed wide, and we've had to make changes, which I don't normally do at this moment in the game. Charlie Savage on the field. We've got Götze if we could look for him, but there's a ball through onto Pizarro. Now to Götze, the number 9. The Dutchman cuts inside. The Dutchman with the chance. He's come on for McAtee, who, of course, I want to use in the final. As we need to keep on going, as we need to get that ball in there, and not the final, the FA Cup semi-final I am talking about. Pizarro still on the field, because I think he could kill this game off. Saved by Ederson, but you know what that means. The players have stopped, and we have come back. As Jurgen's come to the press and they've asked him about progression, which he says, my team was amazing and it's good to beat Guardiola. Get in there, big win, but look at the semis. Barcelona we've drawn, but the other round, that looks good. Leipzig and Marseille, I would love to play any of them, but Barcelona first, but this first before Barcelona, the semi-finals. And after the Champions League, I'm taking a big gamble to play this one with a rotated team and without Damien Pizarro. Loved that Champions League night, but nothing beats a summer low sun game at Wembley so you can actually see the field. No kit clash, no nothing. It's going to be brilliant. As Geld heard, I was close to putting Laird in. I think I did put him at left back, give Schmidt a rest, of course, because I want him against Barcelona, which will be played today. Wilfred Gnonto. Quick feet right there. Playing for the Foxes as Gabriel's back in our lineup. I just don't want him to be sloppy. Charlie Savage, the same. Not happy with the management as McAtee's got on the ball right there. Through to our striker Guerreiro. Beaten by Kenny Danzo. He is a pacey defender as now we've got to use the pace ourselves. Fofana. Seko Fofana looking to get past Gabriel. Step in there, Matty Wolf. A brilliant defender, him. And now Guerreiro on the runaway. Look at that ball over the top. Put Fabio Vieira in cam and made sure he makes a lot of forward runs because him and the striker are Portuguese, so they should link up. As Savage linking up to get a shot off. Good save, Capril, but it is first blood us. If we could just finish this corner off, head that right there. We kept on side. Fabio Vieira. Think they're happy to counter-attack and they're happy to have a corner because we gave it away straight away. Coble with a slap of the ball. Not relatively cleared. And a low shot right there as we need to slide on. Just put it behind. I think Alex Scott has to come on. Need to be more attacking as now Nonto getting around us. Wilfred Nonto slipping it in. Really good football as we've took our ex-Leicester player off. Dewsbury Hall didn't want it seems, against his former club as Guerreiro. My days. Kenny Danzo, unbelievable, Jeff. We really are struggling here, but hang on. We've stole the ball again, and Vieira's time to shine, maybe make up for his mistake. But again, just an easy block, and Charlie Savage, don't shoot from range. We will break their press. A ball through to Gotts. Straight at the keeper, man. Got to do better. Going to have to make subs, and I really didn't want to do that unless Alex got off the bench. Saved and tapped home. Fabio Vieira, he's been terrible. God awful, I'd say, but he's popped up with a goal to maybe send us to the final. Woeful goalkeeping, and it's not even Smith in goal, it's Capril, and that is as easy as you like. 1-0. No need to make subs now as they're putting a bit of pressure on. Gabriel's been a woeful signing. One of the worst. We've made this save. Still, we just get cover in. Gotts, just run the clock down and run your little legs off. Just go down this side. Keep on going. Gotts into the box. He's going to try and cut inside our number 9. Needs a goal for confidence. Hit it straight at the keeper. But the whistle does follow. And you know what that means again. Not the semi-finals this time, but the final of the FA Cup, in which we face Everton in the final. Okay, we've got an Everton player on the bench, Jordan Pickford, an ex-Liverpool manager. Can't forget about that, and can't forget playing extra cup games has limited the amount of Prem games, so now we can come back. Win 2 of our games in hand, and we are 1 point behind Chelsea, with Chelsea still to play and a better goal difference. This is very exciting, as before that, Leicester again, and it's 3-0 at their place. I mean, we did play our main squad that time. And a win against Brighton before the big one. As it's Barcelona time, and we do sim this first leg. Let's have it. No comeback needed. Please, please, please. I believe we should be through, but still, we'll play the second leg. You never know, we could bottle it as Chelsea. Oh my days, bottling it slightly as we've got Manchester City, who need 3 wins from 3 to actually get into the Champions League. And do we have to go second team? I believe we do, just for now. I've got to prioritise Champions League, and yes, we lose the game, but we've still got Chelsea to play. And that's what I'm holding out on. As look at this ending month, we've got, of course, games that we need to play. We want to play this second leg right now. Then there's Chelsea and Everton. 2 crucial games. But before they actually come up here, I'm not going to speak about Barca, but the future of Grimsby. Jurgen, something I haven't told you, because I didn't want to disturb the form, is after the end of this season, I plan on selling the club. I don't know if you want to be part of it. You do seem absolutely brilliant, for me at least, but now my time with my boyhood club is up. I'd love to go out on a win. Of course, we've got the chance of 3 trophies. And we have the Community Shield, which I don't feel is enough to go out on. But yeah, I just want to hear your thoughts, because it's the first time I'm selling the club, or told you I'm selling the club. So yeah, what are you thinking right now? Boss, I'm a bit stunned. I think I'll have to take my time on this decision. Don't want to disturb the boys, and I will keep this between me and you. But yeah, it will be sad to see you go, in all honesty. But I will stay professional, and we've got to beat Barcelona. Camp Nou, a stadium I've been to. I am, whilst you're watching this, or just after you're watching this, going to visit my second Spanish stadium. Have to look at the Instagram to see that one. YT_MWS_ as now we need to try and score. Again, we've got our main team out. Casado getting away from their defender. I think Araujo as a cross across the box. Is that Finley Burns playing for them? Just been loaned to Hull City as a tackle in. Gerald heard good. And now Geld heard across the field. That is a very risky ball, and Doug Tharm over the top looking for Schmidt, not reaching him. And just hoping to keep them out, so every time we attack we can take our time, but we're not going to time waste. As Schmidt loves the ball on the left-hand side. Can he reach the man in the middle to Stegen? Surprised he's not got a Zimmer frame. How old is he in this save? We are, of course, 9 or 8 years into the future. Ledoy with the tackle in the middle. Locatelli. Good signing that. A captaincy signing and a good switch. Oh, what a ball. Dusan Vlahovic, 1-0. Barcelona football, if I've ever seen it in my life. That first touch by Estanidis. What a pass to Dusan. No defending that stuff. Still, it is a 2-goal lead, but we've got to be a little bit more nervous. Dusan Vlahovic stealing the ball off us. Close, 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 as now we need a tackle. Tharm, he's been rounded. Dusan Vlahovic. Ball back into the middle. Upender. A tough striker, but a striker that can't strike at goal. Or into the goal, it seems, as they're definitely attacking, of course, with him and Vlahovic, as we need to just mark them out. Referee, blow the halftime whistle before they get another one. In terms of this game, we're hanging on for dear life. I mean, don't be a PSG Barca game. We know what happened there in the UCL. At this same bloody stadium as Wolf. He's on a yellow card. We can't have him sent off, and that's a terrible tackle on him. Can't be having that, as now Schmidt likes to go central sometimes. He's a very versatile left-back. Can't believe our luck when we found him, as that's a ball into John McAtee, who had to score for us there. Doug Tharm with a good tackle, though, and McAtee gets the ball back inside of Rafinha there. Across towards Damien Pizarro. That corner's just been bought. There is no way that should be parried. Again, an old man in their goal as Casado against his former club. Another good save and another step towards maybe a bottle. It's maybe an own goal. Would have loved that calamity. An absolute Barca meltdown, but it still could be a meltdown just like the first leg. No handball, but don't let them attack right here. Put us into the final, which the referee does. Blowing that sacred whistle, as Grimsby Town will play either Leipzig or Marseille in the Champions League final, with 3 trophies up for grabs. So last episode out, I told Jurgen Klopp I was selling Grimsby Town, as I can't afford to be owner anymore. And the German's still confused, but definitely not on his objectives. As today, we aim to win 3 trophies with Town. The Premier League, Champions League, and FA Cup are all up for grabs, as the Premier League looks like that, the FA Cup like that, and the main one, the Champions League, looking like that. And Klopp looking like that is going a little bit more formal, and I am doing the same. I'm trying to do my Klopp impression. I mean, tell me if it's good. I think it's a decent impression, like, yeah, little beard, hat with a Grimsby badge. None of this Liverpool stuff, as we need to actually channel Jurgen Klopp's inner Liverpool, of course playing Everton in the Cup with this squad on paper. You can see amazing ratings, the final time we will see them, and I know that's making me sad. And I'm sorry, the glasses have got to go, and the top button has to be unleashed. I'm not in school no more, as McAtee is schooling players. 31 years old, 91 rated. I'm going to miss this guy so much. And also, of course, Damien Pizarro. As the Premier League we start with, we've got 3 games remaining, so we can win the Premier League, then the FA Cup, and then hopefully the Champions League. And I'm hoping to play all the games apart from the first 2. Really risking the sim, as we do beat Everton. And guess what? We beat Burnley as well, 3-0. Love it, as it's going to be Chelsea we face, and we have a 2-point gap on United, so them 2 games have done as well. Chelsea with the bottle, and actually they can't win the Premier League. It's us against Man United. They've only had 4 defeats all year. And they do play Brighton, who are 8th in this table away, but we've got to focus on ourselves and of course beating the Blues. Oh no, but before we actually play them, what a blow this is. McAtee, he's gone to our highest rated and got suspended. He's 92 overall, is James, so Gotts has to come in, and we will put Summers onto the bench, as any of them players down here can make a difference, but it's the main players we want to, as that team wants the title. As we are at home, and it's the start of 3 played games, of course, we've got to play them all. It's basically 3 cup finals. The treble is on the line, and I did make Doug Tharm the captain, so no, it's not Dewsbury Hall, as Brewer with a good pass, Castledine through the middle, Almada with a good chance, and didn't put a suit on for nothing. We have got to be better than this. Right, Coble with a stop. I'm pretty sure he was linked with Chelsea at one point. And our current Chelsea player, Dewsbury Hall, just tackled. We don't want any injuries in any of these games, as that is a good back heel into Geteletare, whatever his name is. Wolf gets the block in. And Chelsea have the corner, which they're going to go near post with. It fell to them. Head this away. Allen goes to Coble again. What is this start? I mean, a draw is enough, I believe, but still, need to be better. We don't want to win the league on a draw. And yet again, they're round the side. They're cutting inside of their man. And Almada, Doug Tharm, we almost passed the ball back to them. Woeful start from the Mariners. But now we are trying to get the ball a little bit more. This isn't a counter-attack. A chance. It's going to be Gotts to shoot on the angle. Maybe the best chance of the game, but our only chance in the game. This is embarrassing. Klopp, sort this mess out. The hat's staying off, by the way, as we need to get across to make a tackle here. Castledine, a good run, but Wolf to try and recover this, as he does, into Gotts, and Gotts round the corner into Schmidt. Right, we need to be the better team second half. Schmidt, he's just accelerating and beating their players for pace across towards John McAtee. Just doesn't fall to him, but we've kept the ball here, and Gelderd, player of the season, into Dewsbury Hall against his real-life team. As Chelsea come forward again, a good tackle, Matty Wolf. Doug Tharm and Matty Wolf was our Season 1 centre-backs. They're back together chasing a second successive title, as that is a ball over to Gotts. Oh, he's hit the post. That is so close, man. I thought that was going to be the lead right there. We need to get a block in. Chelsea fire late on. A goal for Thiago Almada, and the Blues is going to hug Pochettino. Pochettino's not there anymore. And I've just tried to make changes. Pizarro off the field. Scott, we've got Vieira and Guerreiro, because we are chasing the title now. I don't know what's happening at United, but still, Chelsea have nothing to play for. Savage now onto the field, as he needs to get the ball out wide into Gotts, who's missed the chance. Hit the post in this game, and Savage onto Vieira. Vieira, no! Another costly error, because we do want this double. Nkunku one for the Blues. Sliding in to block the passing lanes. Don't even get to do it. Chelsea have won, and have United won the league? Or do we still have the trophy to live? I'm guessing not. There is nothing happening. I think Man United might have done it. I think we've bottled the title. And when Klopp's getting asked about it, it does seem like we've bottled it. The interviewer saying, how does it feel to not win the league? He says, gutting. We gave it absolutely everything in the end, but Man United have done it. Really hurts me to congratulate them. As also, they've asked about the future of himself, as of course we're selling the club, so what does Jurgen Klopp say? You'll find out in the next few hours. I have made my decision, and I'll announce it through the media elsewhere from the game. As there we go, Man United, they did win at Brighton. We do not win 2 titles, and we will not win the treble. Dreams do not come true all the time, and still we've got 2 cups to go, so we've got to get the morale up again. And let's check what the online people say. I mean, the fans are still behind us saying, come on, 2 more to go. But then there is still a bit of banter from the Chelsea fans online. And this tweet I see from the Premier League announcing that Jurgen Klopp will leave. He's not staying at Grimsby, as this man is going at the end of the season when we are gone, when we've sold the club. So yeah, big steps from the manager. Jurgen, please don't tell me that you are leaving because of me. I'd feel guilty if so, but I'd also believe if so. Because change will be happening, I'm sure, under the new regime. So I'd like to thank you anyway for what you've done with this Mariners team. He says a little bit is because of you, but mostly it's how I feel. Besides, I took a break before Grimsby because I was bored of management. And this actually might be my last time. This might be my retirement. So thank you, Jurgen, I guess, and happy retirement, but still, we want to go out on 2 trophies ourselves And probably him. We've already won the Premier League. That's boring as well, as we've made some changes. We've got Savage, and I think Gabriel starts. Not to forget James McAtee, of course, as he hasn't got skill moves. I never noticed that. That's the first one I've actually tried. And he crosses it straight into Schmidt's back. And guess what? They come forward, because Gabriel is absolutely terrible. Why have I put him into the team? Doug Tharm, that's a good tackle. Referees give a foul, though, and I could have played Pickford this time. I actually have gone with Coble, still in the cups as well, as a shot down low and a save. Why are we dropping clangers now? Usually being a complete team. Gabriel across the field. That might hit John McAtee, and it falls to Pizarro. He's gone away himself. Pizarro strikes low. Sean Dyche's low block really not helping us out, and an injury to McAtee. Right. We might have to take him off today. And yeah, gots to come on. It is a first half change for the Mariners. McAtee didn't play last time, and he won't be playing here. That the last action of the first half. Very boring again. And this isn't Chelsea that we're facing this time. It's Everton, who didn't finish high up. So we should be really a lot better, as that's Charlie Savage through the middle. McAtee, Pizarro trying to turn. Murillo's had him in his pocket. And no, it's not the Murillo I'm actually thinking of. The Notts Forest player, it's Knevich on the ball now, down the wing. And we've got to watch this man, Valentin Barco. Doug Tharm with an easy block on him to try and set us on his path. As come on, would you a goal right now? Savage skips away. That was ready for Mika Goss, but instead it's Schmidt who gets it into Goss, and Goss on the turn. Not actually doing well, and again, another corner. Everton, we need to get this out of the box straight for our attack, as Casado needs support. There is a run, I think. Pizarro, a good ball over the top towards him. Needs to hold this up, maybe for support. But he doesn't. He just doesn't. It is so goddamn sloppy from the Mariners. It's going to go to extra time, penalties, whatever. Just not good enough. They're actually coming out of their shell. They're not just defending, and they're doing decent. Gabriel finally blocks something. He's done well for once in his life. There's an injury down in Everton's half, or our half, from Everton as Pizarro. That is good play, and Pizarro scores the goal. Maybe controversial. A man down in our half, but Damien to finish it off, and the Mariners fans mayhem. What a goal. What a move. That back heel from Alex Scott, as we might sub Pizarro off. Look at that finish from him. Guerrero's on the field in the dying embers of this game right now. Charlie Savage stayed down a moment there. Guimaraes, how they got him. And Adley, how's he got a turn into Gardner? A goal, but it is offside for the Toffees. A lifeline for Grimsby Town. How lucky can you be, as Everton now all over us? We should not have took that quick. We should have slowed the game down, but still Gellert down the line into McAtee. If we could get a goal to kill this off, it is Mika got shooting, blocked, and Murillo to head away. Still, we keep this ball alive. Gots to try the shot, and now Casado, blow the whistle. The referee finally ends the game. We will have a trophy. We win at Wembley. We have lost this final before to City, but this time beat Everton. This is huge for the Mariners, as in real life we made the quarterfinals, not last year, the year before. That was a huge achievement. Amazing story. Went to watch them in the cup, as there's Doug Tharm, of course, lifting it. Yes, we don't get the Premier League, but we've already got the Premier League. And that is the last game we will ever, well, for a while I should say, play in the English football leagues with Grimsby. Saddening, isn't it? As the team we face in the Champions League final, that is Marseille, beating Leipzig 3-1. Very surprised by this, and hey, we're back at Wembley Stadium. A very much home advantage for us, but I will take it. As what players do they have? I mean, Cho, Diarra, who's that? Fofana, Garcia. Alright, decent, but not Champions League final quality. No one over 84. Seawald, one of the best. Rodrigo Ribeiro. Or Ribeiro, as a meeting here between Matty Wolf and Jurgen Klopp. Now, Matty's filled in as captain, of course, a few times and been here from the start. Boss, I'd like to say to you, and I'd really like you to tell the owner, I, for one, and all of the boys appreciate what you've done here. I might have never been the captain. I might have never lifted the trophies. But I have loved every single moment, and this owner targeted me first. Signed me years ago, and I have enjoyed this run with Grimsby Town, and you've progressed me as a player towards Champions League and Premier League player, even a Premier League winner, so I want to thank you on behalf of the team. Seriously, good luck in your retirement, and pass that on to the owner, of course. And that's nice of Matty to say as our final look at statistics. John McAtee, our top scorer in our final year, is just fate. Pizarro in second with 18, his brother James with 14, then Scott, Dewsbury Hall, Casado getting a lot of assists. Vieira getting a lot off the bench, as no goals for Farm and assist for Farm, though. Players out on loan still. Unfortunately, never see them again. As tributes are flooding in now towards Klopp over on Twitter, and also towards myself, which I find very flattering. I'm only the owner of the club that I have loved all my life, and this is the final team we're going to play. The bench, of course, strong as well, but this is it. We're going with Farm and Wolf as centre-backs, the McAtee brothers on the wing, and our Ballon d'Or winner up front. Shame about the away kit, but still we can play through that. Early goal, please. I don't like how late the games have been finished. In the last couple of games, Chelsea, we even lost late as McAtee. Fit enough for this game, of course. A pass back into Casado. Does keep the ball, and we keep the ball as Dewsbury Hall around his man, trying to get in towards the box. They've stopped us with Cilia. Don't be so silly, Cilia. Just let us through. Let us score first, please. Seawald, good player for Austria in the Euros, as a tackle by Doug Tharm. Love it when he makes one. The fan should just get onto his back when he does, supporting him, that is, as Pizarro chip that over the top. He rolls it instead and gets his shot off, which wasn't bad at all, as now a ball through onto Casado, though. Casado, mark, run, just run, and now put the cross into the box. It's Pizarro at the back post. I thought they'd handled it, maybe. Gotta try and appeal everything as Strand Larsen. Terrible tackle. Wolf, don't send him off. Okay, only a warning. Imagine a red in this game. I would absolutely explode. As now Strand Larsen, he's playing well. Marseille aren't just a walkover here. After all, this is a goddamn Champions League final, as McAtee has a run on in front of him. Pizarro a little bit in front of the Chilean, but he gets the ball into the box. McAtee with a good chest across, and Casado just has to roll it into the net. And it is 1-0 Grimsby Town. Jurgen Klopp must be going mental. Wembley erupting. Them fans have just stayed down for the week to see us lift the FA Cup. And now, let's talk the assist. The chest back to Casado, who leaves it to roll into the side netting. You love to see that still. It's going to make it harder, I think, because Marseille are going to push forward. They've got a lot of good strikers, as we saw. Strand Larsen, Ribeiro, and the other guy who's up front at the moment. Still, cut inside of his man. McAtee could switch it to his brother, but he's going to go alone. Now hits his brother, John McAtee, around the keeper. It is 2-0 to Grimsby Town in the Champions League finale. It just had to be John, and guess what? His brother assisting him. Number 13 unlucky for some, but not unlucky for the Mariners. Half-time, 2-0. Jurgen Klopp must be dancing already, imagining himself with a cold beer back in Germany, relaxing with a Champions League medal again. This is amazing football, lads. I am loving the way we're cooking. It is Gelterd into the second half, looking for a third goal. Disappointed in Marseille? I shouldn't be disappointed, though, in the Champions League final, but they really haven't fought. Fofana, Wesley, can he do something or just get injured again? No? Okay, well, we'll just fight on. Diarra to the side, Angel Gomez around the corner, Strand Larsen, Verdick, Wolf, that's a terrible header, and Ribeiro almost scores from it. Don't make a mistake like that, Matty. I just don't want it to be you or anyone. Chip over the top towards Pizarro, who touches it down magnificently. It is Scott through the middle. Very, very poor effort. You may describe that shot, as an English fan, a spooner, as now we need to get this ball away, though. Almost the end of the game. Matty Wolf just guarding it, and Schmidt just passing it forward. Look at the green space. Look at it on this side. Casado tries to get a ball into the box, a handball, and a bad clearance, but Is that the whistle? I think it is. Our team's celebrating. Usually when I say this, we have just simmed the entire save, but no, we've took Grimsby from League 2 to the Champions League. And I cannot believe it. Another big trophy into the cabinet. And the final trophy we can win is one. We've done the double. Ooh, the treble if we count the Community Shield, which we might have to sneakily do because of the Premier League, which we bottled, but we won't talk about that. We will talk about this, going from Premier League champions last year to now Champions League champions, and Doug Tharm with the armband to lift the Champions League trophy at Wembley. Get in there. I had to pull the suit out for this, and I have thoroughly enjoyed this save. We did this last year on the main channel. It didn't get as many views as now. The channel picked up massively, the main channel and the second channel. So I appreciate that a lot. And if you do enjoy, subscribe for more, because the series is coming very soon in FC24.